Welcome back, Nuggets. This mother clucker's got some thoughts. Let's ruffle some feathers and get into this live stream. And my boys have decided this is an appropriate time to do a crow party. I apologize. They are going off. Hello, everybody. How is everybody today? Who have we got? Little Croissant and Sanjay. I saw that you were very over enthusiastic and got into my live stream super early, and I love you both for that. Hi, Prison Becky. Hello, Mother of Baggins. Hey, KRH Rights. Hi, Shelda. Hi, HJ. Hey, Sata. Hello, CC. Hello, Amy. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. Is Fallout a show? Yeah, way out of the loop. Hello, Teddy. Hi, Star. Hello. We little AR. Thank you for joining me on Twitch. I see you over there. That's okay. Absolutely. Thanks for coming in and saying hello. Hi, Maxine. Hi, Heather. Hi, Creeds. I am live on both platforms again, my nuggets. If you want to join me over on Twitch, you are welcome to. I get to see both of the chats together, though, which is awesome. It's a show and a game. Wow, cool. Sometimes I'm sus when games do that. It's like I don't know if they always translate or if they're always, executed very well. Hi, Dancer. I'm so glad you found me too. Welcome. Welcome. How is everybody's day today, or night, or morning, or whatever it is you're experiencing in the world at this present time? Okay. Foodie is still breaking TOS. Yes, she is. I don't know why they just don't read terms of service. It's not hard. It's fine. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a fun stream today. Rachel is going to be the main event because I want to have a look at her most recent video. I haven't watched it yet, but I noticed that it's not on Amber, which is absolutely the tactic I think I've been screaming into my microphone of stop covering Amber. It's weird. You made it weird. RBL, you said Tay Tay is out too. I don't know if you're talking about my chicken because that's where my mind went. The flock is really good. Really good. Thank you for asking. Never apologize for clucking noises. It's funny. Overwhelmingly, I get really good feedback for my chicken noises, but there was a comment, the first comment I ever got in this vein, I think it was on my last Rachel video, somebody's like, I find the chicken noises annoying. I'm like, well, firstly, thank you for coming. You can show yourself out, but I don't really know what this person expected me to do about the chicken noises. They noise. It's what they do. Am I a witch? Why am I a witch? What's happened? I might be. Maybe. Low-key. Possibly. Nature is healing. I agree. You can't watch Rachel now unless it's through me. As much as you don't like Rachel, you think you're okay with it. React channels are just on rewind at the moment. Yeah, I don't like to do the old content if I can help it. There's plenty of people to cover. I don't, yeah. Oh no, Sanjay, you're sick. I'm sorry. You love the chicken noises. Because I'm getting everything right. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky. No problem, Amy. Yeah, everybody's happy to hear them. I know. It was an odd comment, but, you know, chickens are gonna chicken. And if I don't record in the day when the chickens are up, then I'm recording at night, and then you've got my husband typing in the background, which is not nice to listen to in the recording. It sounds like static. Hey, Amanda, how am I going to live when you haven't finished the Hectacana video? I apologize. Hi, Exo Mousy. You've been watching me on YouTube. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for joining me on Twitch. I really appreciate that. They've really lowered their standards to getting monetized, but I just need to increase my average watches. But last stream was my first stream, and I forgot to put it into a category, of course. So, yeah. Chicken cam would be awesome. Ooh, I don't know if I could rig that. I will think about it. Worst case scenario, maybe we could bring a chicken in the house. You didn't finish Hectacana either? Oh, it was a long video, wasn't it? I'm sorry for interrupting your viewing pleasure. Is this in relation to her covering, oh, I've forgotten this woman's name now. Sorry that she's covered. I know who this woman is, but I'm not exactly in the makeup circles, so I haven't like watched the content or anything. Is this, has she stepped into a hornet's nest? Chicken in the house is an acceptable alternative. There may or may not have been instances of chickens in the house. Maybe. Cannot confirm or deny. Jacqueline Hill, thank you. I knew it started with a J and ended with Hill. Yes. So we're gonna look at that one. And if you're familiar with Jacqueline Hill, definitely fill me in. Obviously, if this had been a video, I would have done my research before, you know, looking at a video on Jacqueline Hill. But yeah. Oh, Sanjay, thank you so much for following me on Twitch. Did you guys get 2 alert notifications there? Why is that happening? Oh, might need to look into that. You've heard of snakes on a plane, now get ready for chickens in the house. Yes. It's far more chaotic than you'd think. Vera pleads the 5th, and she doesn't even live in America. That's how awesome she is. So, hi, girl, please. Hello. Nice to see you in here. Everybody, if you're not following Girl Please already, it's worth hitting her up for a follow. Does a lot of Chantel content. Very cool channel. Thanks for joining in. So it's funny with chickens in the house because, yeah, this may or may not have happened, you know, a lot. For various reasons, chickens in the house. But most chickens, when you put them in an environment that they're unfamiliar with, they'll kind of just stand there and look around, like they almost freeze. But I have 3 girls that I'm actually going to do Snack Crew on next month, that they just, 0 clucks given, just you put them down on the floor and they're immediately into everything. They explore the entire house, they get stuck into things, they're like full on. My Twitch name is still Vera the Chook. I'm Vera the Chookin everywhere. Surprisingly, this username is not taken anywhere. I'm just catching up. Goat in the house? Yeah, goats, baby goats in particular would be insane. Jacqueline's having a hard time maintaining followers. She's been on YouTube a little longer than Amber. Right. Thank you, Kate. Okay, but first of all, before we get into Rachel and her shenanigans, I just wanted to touch on this whole foodie candy feud that's going on that I found slightly interesting. Thanks so much, Amy, for following me on Twitch. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, so I think Chantel deleted the stream, but I found it on Geordie's live. So we're just going to watch a bit and then we'll go over to Candy's page. They're a mix. So I have 4 different coops. Each of them has a rooster, and then they have their own hens as well. So I have 15 in total. And that's definitely not enough. 4 coops is rough. But see, because I keep adopting roosters, if for the most part, if you put roosters in with other roosters while there's hens present, they're much more likely to fight. But you can actually put roosters in a bachelor coop where it's all just roosters and they tend to not fight. It's the hens that make them fight, basically. That's it. That sounds right, doesn't it? So until I stop rescuing roosters, I need to reduce my coops. You're way behind on the blanket you're crocheting for your niece. Well, but you want to play Elden Ring. Well, I mean, I would be good background noise for crochet, would I not? Hello, Tiger. Hello. There is Nod It Spam. Thank you for following. I think I said that right. So YouTube's showing 2. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, sorry if that's annoying. I might need to look into that, why that's happening. I'm not sure at the moment, and I don't really want to go into technical stuff while on stream. No problem. Arbiel, thank you so much for dropping in. Hi, Omen. Thank you so much for following me on Twitch. Thank you. Okay, so this was a little bit from Geordie's stream, and this is basically what Chantel has to say about Hungry Fat Chick. So if you haven't seen this, this is kind of what started the little feud that's going on. I make perfect background noise for piping macarons. I love that. I didn't know that about myself. Thank you so much for informing me, and I kind of dig it. Thank you so much. For There Is Not It Spam, who are you on YouTube? Just so I can connect the names, because I think sometimes names are different and I can't track it. It's literally just Vera the Chicken everywhere, mother of dragons. Hi Astra, thank you so much for following me on Twitch. Thank you guys, I appreciate this. Okay, so let's watch this, shall we?
Self-harm. She gorges herself, right? She can't even walk. She can't breathe. And she talks about her eating disorder and her weight. She does. That's why I'm fucking pissed. Because I know YouTube is full of shit.
Oh my god. Chantal taking shots at Hungry again.
And I don't care if they delete my channel for that. I really don't. I don't make money anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so Foodie's essentially saying that she thinks Hungry Fat Chick should have been demonetized for the kind of content she does. Thank you so much, Mother of Baggins. If you need to mute... Oh, thank you so much, Omen. Thank you for that tip. So if you need to mute Twitch, mute the tab, not the stream, so it still counts as a view. Thank you. Yes, and it's such a bitter stance to take. Like, for a creator to actively wish that on another creator, it just speaks volumes about Chantel. And it's just... Chantel clearly, by the way, and I don't cover her. I'm not going to start quite yet. Maybe in the future. But sorry, one moment. But I just wanted to bring this up because I do cover Candy, and but she is becoming such a horribly bitter, twisted woman in her. I know that her mental state is really bad, but she does not at all, it's evident, understand why she has been demonetized, and she won't read the terms of service. It's really clear. Oh yes, girl, please, of course. I mean, you are the reading expert of Chantel in this stream. Chime in, please do. Because yeah, I don't cover her on my channel, but I do watch stuff about her, right? She is fun to analyze, but she does really, really resemble my mother. Like the mannerisms, the takes, the aggression. It's if you take the whole Muslim thing out, or the Islamist thing out of the equation, it's uncanny. Yeah, she is being really, really dense about it. And when it's your income, I just can't fathom not putting as much effort as you can into, you know, doing what you need to do. And the thing about, you know, all of these women are moving to Twitch. It's interesting because while Twitch is not part of the US lawsuit, it is absolutely part of all of the other things that are going on in the world. And Twitch was among the first to take a stance on, like, Eugenia's condition. So I don't know how much they're going to tolerate this end of the condition either. Yeah. She has been really mean lately. I mean, she's clearly badly depressed, and there's a certain... I don't know how much empathy I have for her because she's not doing anything to help herself either. That's Amber for you? Creed's as in Amber is like your mother? Sorry, that's horrible. She started talking about being Muslim still literally only when Salah got on. I noticed the hijab is a little on and off as well. She says some nasty things when she would rip buttholes. We call them cloacas over here. If it was said about her, then acts like she has no clue that why she's disliked. Yeah. Creeds, I would guess maybe, probably not, that she's read the Quran. It seems like so many of you know Girl Please. Definitely go sub over there. We are the new generation of reaction channels, Girl Please. There's a few of us, and I would love to see us all grow together. She read page 55 of the Quran once. Okay, anyway, my point... So we actually do have confirmation that Hungry Fat Chick is not demonetized yet. And she's actually probably being the smartest about it out of all of the girls because she's seeing this going down, but she's actually been diversifying her audience for some time, and she's very open about doing adult content on other sites, and there's alternate income there. Cloaca is such a perfect insult. I agree. It's a very dynamic word. Chantel wouldn't read it if she had it as an audiobook. So, Hungry Fat Chick did a post. I should start saving these when I see them just in case. Although Hungry Fat Chick is not as egregious at, like, deleting things, but just in case, because I had this planned for the live. it doesn't take much to be smarter than the girls. No, unfortunately. Oh, Amy. Okay. Do you know what's horrifying? If you guys want a kind of vague visual on what I actually look like, the scary thing is when I started looking at Amber's really early stuff, like when she had quite a bit less weight on her, I was surprised that she and I actually look like we could be related. And I'm not saying that I look like Amber. I'm saying Amber looks very much like a very close family member of mine. And it's the more weight she puts on, the less it is evident. But when she's like quite a bit thinner, it horrified me. I was like, oh my gosh. So no, I don't look like Amber, but it's yes. Your mother, hi Pink Girly Pop. Your mother is more like Amber, although she did have a romance scam arc like Chantel. My mother fell for every scam ever. She sent $6,000 to a Nigerian prince that was totally going to change our lives. Just making this bigger. Unfortunately, she looks like her, but her personality is very Amber coded. Oh, see, that's the bad part, right? Like, a face is a face, but yeah. So this post, I'll just read this out. So Hungry Fat Chick said, I'd like to make a quick post to thank folks for their concern about my channel. I'm taking steps to build up income on some of my adult platforms, so I should be okay just in case. See, that's smart. She saw the writing on the wall and has, taken action, which is, in all honesty, I'm ready to as well, because if I get any sort of like indication that reaction channels are going to be taken down for similar things, like with censoring, I should say, I'm ready to do the same thing. Not adult content. That's not what I'm saying. You know what I mean. That being said, I think people are a little confused by what the policy in question, cannot say this, looks like on YouTube. A mukbang that's just about eating and chatting about the food and your day isn't that. None of my videos are restricted at this time, and I've had no warnings or contact from YouTube other than this one that I'm going to share. So that's really interesting, and it really shows that the context matters. Not the Nigerian prince, yeah. I'm sure he's doing very well, Caden. Nigerian prince is a survivor. And she goes on, so potentially they've been digging around my channel and correcting some of their own mistakes. Apparently, my eating a whole box of donuts does not violate community guidelines. So I don't know. This video was age restricted years ago, and after an appeal was denied multiple times, I gave up on it. I guess they decided it was okay after all. The other girls talked about cannot say this, the condition. And does anybody know what bingo means? I don't know what that is. On their channels. Oh, this is the B word, I think. Another 5-letter B word. I don't talk about those things on mine. I tried the whole weight loss thing on here for a bit, but then moved all that stuff to my non-monetized channel. So I don't think I'll have an issue there. Anyhow, we'll see how it plays out. I can do a number of things to make money, from doing custom content to adult content on the phone and other adult content, which is her background, and trying other platforms like Twitch, Rumble, or Kick, or updating my OF more often. So I'll be okay. See, a smart woman. Yes, don't say the thing. It's the B word. Don't say the B word. It's a naughty word. Thanks again. This is the part. Thanks again to the folks who are looking out for me and actually care about my well-being during all of this. And thanks to the person who emailed me to tell me that Foodie Beauty said I should be demonetized during one of her deleted streams. Maybe she should look into doing corn. She's over there farting on stream. That's money she's giving away right there. Did Madam slay? Oh, the sense of humor on that, I just... The shade, yeah, the shade. Totally off topic. If you do want a good romance scam story, look into Danish deception. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. I don't do romance scams, but it's not to say I wouldn't. So, I know. I'm just like, look, I don't necessarily agree with everything that Candy says or does. I really don't. And if you've seen my early videos on her, absolutely there's criticism to be had. But this is hilarious. Hi, Luna. Hello. Some channels use the word hinge. Yeah, I mean, I just rely on... I like the word condition because it can mean so many different things. You all know what I'm talking about. And I have used even chicken-themed, words to get around these things, and they still get pinged. So because the context matters so much, I don't even want to dance with that. I think condition is a nice way to say it. So now we can't use the W word. What is the W word? I don't know. There's a lot going on in the space, but I am interested to know how Twitch is going to handle this little mini influx of Girl World. Just because, yeah, historically they really haven't wanted to dabble in that, and it would be incorrect to just blame this on the US lawsuit. There is a lot more in the world than just that lawsuit. If you have any questions, I've been on Twitch from all three sides, creating, modding, and viewing for almost 3 years. You're also part of Twitch's official mod community. Oh, that's awesome to know, Mousy. I'm not necessarily new to Twitch myself, but thank you. I will keep that in mind. Job. Oh, like work? Is work the W word? Is she blocking people for saying that she should work? Oh my gosh. Candy is unapologetically who she is, absolutely. And I do think, like she says, this is not just about the condition, it's about promoting the lifestyle. And part of the lifestyle in particular that Amber Lynn has gotten caught up in is that yo-yo dieting. They don't want to promote that to young or vulnerable people. And so Candy is getting on here, not necessarily eating excessive amounts. I can't say that either. I'm going to get age restricted for that. Like when you think about what Nikocado was doing, for example, it's really very tame compared to that. And she doesn't talk about the other aspects. And I think that compared with the fact that she is generally more liked by the community, so therefore there's not that inundation of mass reporting. That's what I was thinking of. So I think she might get away with this. It's possible she might if she's smart about it, and clearly she's been educating herself, which is what you need to do. You get cursed out and blocked. Oh, that's charming. That's so nice. Are those roosters in the background? They are. They are really, yes, it's a crow party. people always think that roosters just crow when it's morning. Roosters crow for so many different reasons. Kind of like dogs barking. Like, they will announce when somebody comes near the house, or just to announce themselves, or sometimes they talk to the peacock that's down the road, and it's just, I don't know, there's so many different reasons roosters will crow. You lived in Germany for 4 years and the neighbors had roosters. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they crow all through the day. I'm very remote, so I'm not bothering anybody. You're 100,000% convinced Nikocado is doing the girlfriend thing as a bit to get back on the radar. I kind of caught that in my peripheral, awareness, and I don't know. It's just weird. You're actually hearing all 4 roosters at the moment. So that was just Axel that crowed. They're all speaking their truth. They all have little different crows, so you can identify them. Oh, now they stop. Of course they stop now. That was Ziggy. Little Ziggy, my rescue rooster. So, yeah, so I just wanted to cover that. And I will absolutely go on the record with this feud saying Foodie needs to back the cluck off because she cannot handle Candy. Women like Foodie. What you see is what you get. This is all she's got. It's all a whole bunch of bitter and enraged bravado covering up a very soft, wounded center. And Candy, it's the quiet ones you've got to watch. She cannot handle this. This is not something that she will come out of unscathed. Okay, no problem, Amanda. So, yeah. Okay, but shall we watch Rachel? Let's see what Rachel's doing. At the moment, Rachel is everybody's most favorite topic. She is getting the most views on my channel. Everybody's very into the drama. Foodie can't handle much of anything. Reporting your real life neighbors is stickish, yeah. It can be challenging when you live in a city, though. It really can. Okay, so it's this one
Hello,
here.
welcome back.
Ooh. Shh, be quiet. Okay. So Jacqueline Hill is getting roasted on TikTok. And I just wanted to check out some of the comments that she gets. I don't think she's curating quite as much as she used to because she was getting really busted. Hello, Nutty. Hi. But like wholly irrelevant. Sounds like you though. Top comments here. Imagine having a philosophy degree and getting your channel bodied by Amber. In the words of the great philosopher Craig Ferguson, careful Icarus. The irony of Rachel criticizing other bigger influencer YouTube personalities about them bragging of the money they make. I am dying to see that. I have not watched this yet. If she criticizes somebody for talking about how much money they make, oh, that's not good. Rachel is probably popular in part because so few reactors are covering her. Now, yeah, I accidentally found myself, I think, at the head of it all. So, I don't know. My section now, I'll claim it. You caught some of Foodie Beauty's live last night and she was going off on Karina Kaboom. Oh, I'll have to keep an eye out for a response from Karina on that. That's hilarious. Breaking news, older influencer doesn't like trying new things. That's an interesting comment. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see what she has to say. And yeah, that's better. And yeah, let's have some fun, shall we?
Oh my gosh, it's been 12 days or something since I last uploaded to YouTube. Feels like an absolute lifetime. My real job is disgustingly busy at the moment, so sorry. But I am still here. I'm still...
Hold the phone. Is this the first that we're hearing from her that she's got a second job, like in some time? Because I know that some OG Rachel viewers that came across to me said that she used to talk about having another job a lot, but then she stopped for a while, which would make sense if she was earning as much as she was on YouTube to be able to put out so much more content. Yeah. What do we think? Because her views are similar to my views at the moment, and she has like more than 5 times the amount of subscribers. And if she's living in a city or in any sort of inflated lifestyle, I'm sure that she would need to supplement it. You watch Vera's content, but you like the funny drama. Rachel is mind-numbing to you. I find her very interesting. Wiping her tears with banknotes. What gets you is that Rachel and her little minions really had the audacity to use everyone. Yes, everyone does YouTube for money as an excuse for their behavior. It's actually really funny because there are many nights where I'm like up really late, working late, editing a video. And one of those nights where I was just doing it because I need to like squeeze in making videos around everything else in my life that has to be done. So I grab the time where I can. And that one night she was talking about nobody's sitting there editing videos for the love of it for hours. And I'm like, literally doing that as we speak. It is, I've said it before, you know, like I spent a long time shouting into the void with no viewers, and then I spent an even longer time before I got monetized doing it. I would still be doing it. The money coming in just enables me to prioritize it a little bit more so that I can turn out more content. I would still be here talking to you all without the money.
Still queer, and we're still making content for the people. So today we're going to talk about something that is not Amberlynn Reid. Oh my god, crazy. We're going to talk about Jaclyn Hill. So for those of you guys who have seen my content over the last year, it's been a whole year of just straight up Amberlynn girl world. But one of the areas of the internet,
and that's what I've been saying in my videos. If you've been watching my Rachel stuff, I've been saying you can't be covering Rachel anymore because you've made it weird by flirting with her ex. It makes it this really odd love triangle, and all of a sudden it looks like you're just doing videos on a past love interest's ex, and that's bizarre. Question you've thought about was, did Rachel flirt to get her first class degree? Because everyone flirts to get ahead. Good point, caseworker. People who have channels that last have to be in part because they have actual passion for it. Yes, Sata, it really is an art form, and I agree. And particularly, I think the way some people can be when reacting to your content would get very trying if you didn't have a passion for making the content. I don't think I could do it without the passion. Yeah, we all started doing videos without being monetized, but it wasn't that long ago for us, and that's a good point, girl please, because Rachel had, I should bring up my handy dandy little thing here. Her views are really down, really down. And she's still deleting videos. Yeah, so this. Oof. Do you see this? Hang on, I'll make it bigger and get myself out of the way. Okay, so this is her subscribers. This is the total over all of her time. Social Blade only ever seems to start at 2003. I think that might just be where their data is. But as far back as we can see, she had 8,740 subscribers. So when she started Girl World, she was actually about where I am now. And then she kicked off doing Girl World stuff, and that's what made this big rise. And so she either doesn't remember what it's like to be demonetized or has never done Girl World content without being monetized. So I don't know. I think her perception is shifted, but it's a really good point. Girl, please. I'm catching up. That's okay, Marshmallow. I'm glad you're here. Hello. Hey, Sweary Fairy. Hi. So, yeah, it's an interesting point that I don't know. I think the opinion is skewed a bit.
That I've never actually talked about, I don't think anyway, is also beauty YouTube. Around 2015, I started watching Manny MUA. I never watched Laura Lee, but I knew who she was. I watched some Jeffree Star. I bought some Jeffree Star makeup, which I massively regret now. Oh my god, it's actually still sat down there in a drawer. I have some eyeshadows. They're really good quality. I'm not gonna lie about it. The makeup was good, but he is a piece of shit person who I do not like. But anyway, the point is that I was an avid beauty YouTube
Oh, she and I agree on something. Isn't that cute?
viewer. One of the people who I loved watching was Raw Beauty Christie, who I also have lots of opinions about, as I'm sure you can imagine.
A transphobic cult leader.
But another one of these people was Jaclyn Hill. I watched Jaclyn Hill on and off. I didn't watch her religiously. I certainly didn't watch her right from the start of her channel, but I watched her a fair amount, and I definitely was watching her at kind of the peak of her career in like 2016, 2017, when everything was about how much makeup can you possibly.
Yeah, that's a good point, Nutty. Rachel's channel got really big really fast, just like her ego. She would have Jeffree Star. And notice she's like, I totally regret that, but it's also really good quality and I have it here in my drawer. It's funny though, I have people, really lovely people, who support my channel and want to see me grow really fast. And although Rachel and I actually started doing Girl World content fairly close to each other, very, very close in the space of time, and clearly her channel is a lot bigger, but she started with a 10,000 subscriber boost. I started from absolutely zero with no other platform support because I needed to keep it separate, right? It's interesting. I keep it so separate. You guys don't know about my personal life, but my personal life doesn't know about you either. I'm like living a double life. It's yeah, anyway. But although I think it's really lovely that people want to see me grow really fast, the stance I take is, firstly, I'm really amazed and incredibly surprised at the amount of growth that I made in just 1 year. And I find the growth rate really sustainable because when you go viral, like my Mother's Day incident Eugenia video, I grew in like proportionately in size very, very quickly, and it was exhausting. It was so difficult to like reorient and keep up with, and it took me a little while to keep on top of it. But this nice little stable continual growth is really great, and it allows me to kind of grow with it, and it's comfortable, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think the shock, I think she didn't deal with it well is probably the point. You're trying to pay attention while on E33? What is that? Is Rachel living beyond her means? I think maybe. She's got a job, we know that. Trying so hard to look unbothered. Yep. But she's very, very not unbothered, for sure. Imagine meeting someone in real life that knows Girl World. I know, I haven't had that happen yet, although I don't see a lot of people. I'm very isolationist, I'm not gonna lie. Most people in your family don't know about Girl World, and the ones that do question my choices in viewing content. Yeah, my husband doesn't get it either, but he's very supportive of what I'm doing.
Own and having as much stuff as possible. People were really into the consumerism of it all, and it seems like that has dropped off. Beauty YouTube has certainly dropped off. If I'm honest, I actually don't know what's going on with these beauty YouTubers. Manny MUA, I think, still makes YouTube videos, like makeup related YouTube. Does he? Oh my god, wait, let me check. Not me like in the middle of this video just going on Manny MUA's YouTube channel. Let's have a quick look. Oh, he's still, wow, he's doing well. Okay, wait, let me see. Wow, okay, yeah, he's still making like literally the same videos, and his views are good. Okay, I didn't realize. I thought like beauty YouTube had kind of died, but it looks like Manny at least is still doing really well. Okay, cool. Well, he's still making content. I always kind of liked Manny, but there are loads of these YouTubers who were making all these videos and making, you know, loads and loads and loads of money at the very peak of their careers. One of these people was Jaclyn Hill. However, Jaclyn has recently found herself in some pretty serious hot water, I would say, because of a TikTok that she made. So let's have a quick look at this TikTok and have a chat about what went down in it. Okay, so we're going on to Jaclyn Hill's TikTok. At the time of filming, the video we're talking about is this third video here, and it's basically Jaclyn moaning, kind of, about the engagement that she gets on her videos and wondering why it is that people, she feels anyway, people aren't watching. So we'll watch this together and have a little, like, talk about what she says, and then I've got a bunch of other stuff we're going to talk about. We'll get into the comments and things and just like have a look at what the heck is going on here. So let's watch this TikTok and see what she had to say.
Is he really, Sata? I don't know Manny MUA like at all. I really can't express how I've really not gone in the beauty circles. The deepest I've gone is Eugenia. Girl, please, I understand the sentiment. I'm also just here giving my opinion, and like, I don't know, people like it and it weirds me out, but I'm so delighted. Your boyfriend doesn't quite get it either, but listens sometimes with you. Oh, he's a keeper. The lawsuit that's going on has piqued his interest. Mine too. I do have more videos on that coming up. I've been waiting to see if the Eugenia discovery documents are going to come out, but they either have and are so redacted that I can't even search for them, or it's just taking a lot of time for them to update the information. You're UK like Rachel? She's a middle-class pseudo-intellectual who thought she could understand working-class women and got burnt. Caseworker, that is essentially what I had guessed was the case. And I'm happy to hear it confirmed. She comes off as a very kind of privileged upper middle class kind of girl who hasn't really had a lot of controversy in her life. Hi John, hello. Humans are such maternal, oh gosh. Humans are such communal creatures, of course. We love these types of channels. Is that because we are isolationists, but we want to have a communal kind of integration somehow? I'm so sorry, my nuggets. I'll have to be right back. One moment. You knew it was a chicken warning. I am sorry about that. It's I don't know if you know this about chickens. Some chickens have like hens have a song that they sing after they've laid. Miss Florence, the black Australorp that was in my last snack crew, she has an egg song that also happens to be the warning call sound, which sets all of the boys off, and there's no way of telling whether it's an actual threat or whether it's just that Miss Florence has laid an egg. So, yeah. Thank you, Luna. I appreciate that. Sorry, I do try to minimize them, but I am on Chicken Watch today, and there are predators out and about at the moment. You have finch plushies. Oh, fun. Might be food for thought. Might need to think about that.
It has a lot of views, like 3-something million views, which if you look back over her previous content, that's significantly more than she has been getting.
I want to talk about something that I feel like maybe is a little controversial, maybe not, but I feel like no one really talks about it on social media. At least I don't see this conversation being.
I'm really sorry, but can we just talk about that Christmas tree behind her? Like, girl, that tree is gappy as shit. Almost as skinny as Jacqueline herself is now. That's another whole conversation.
Okay, so do we feel like Rachel is pulling away from the philosopher angle and into the mean girl angle? This is also a recommendation that I had for her. I do wonder. I think it would actually be a good avenue for her to go. I think to be completely authentic with who she is will actually get her more support in the long run. Obviously not right now. She's still losing people, but eventually it will, work itself out. You want to hear me scold my I do not scold my chickens. They are perfect and can do no wrong. You know nothing about chickens and you love a good chicken fact? I have many chicken facts. You want chickens, but you're surrounded by coyotes. It's yeah, we've got the major predators here would be wedge-tailed eagles and feral cats, and both of those are out and about at the moment. Maybe hawks too, but that's why the boys are there. They're such good boys, except Axel. He is all lover and no fighter ever. Just like his namesake.
Jacqueline's been on the Ozempic and she made this video, oh my god, she made this crazy video where she seemed to suggest, well, she outright suggested that she couldn't wear a tank top because she had horrible arms.
My biggest thing is that I just want to wear a tank top again. I literally just want to be able to wear a tank top and jeans. That is my dream. That is my goal. I told my doctor, I'm like, if I could just be in a tank top by mid-spring, summer, like that is all I want. So just know when you see that moment, it's a really big thing for me.
Crazy. We'll get into that a bit later, I think. Anyway, the point is, Jacqueline is skinny now, but I'm sure most of you guys will already know that because it was.
Do you reckon, Sata, that she'd need to, if she's going mean girl, she needs to tone down the arrogant posh attitude? I think it could work. I think if you're doing it right, it could totally be pulled off. It wouldn't be my kind of content. I'm just saying that. But, like, I could see that there would be a market for it. You're in the middle of a city unless they could be deemed a support chicken. Heather, I've got to say, chickens are so good for mental health. I think that could be plausible.
Was quite the controversy. Let's let her carry on.
But I think about this every day, and this is coming from like an old school beauty content creator. I started on YouTube 14 years ago. Like, that is insane. I have been here for every single era, consistently uploading, downloading every new platform, like watch the birth of TikTok, like I remember when Instagram became a thing. I was already on YouTube when Instagram became a thing, and I downloaded Instagram, and like it was like this new app, and we were posting the square photos. Like, I've been here for all of it, and I feel like we're in such a weird place on social media as content creators where I am like fighting. I feel like I am like trying to run through mud to connect with my followers at this point. I feel like there are so many bots, and I feel like these apps are now controlling who views my videos, and I feel like I get punished and penalized.
Now, they've always been controlling that. Okay, is this woman somebody that's not going to understand how algorithms work, and maybe that's why she's getting stung? Hi, Milsey. Hello. Thanks for making it. You just finished watching the Hectacana video. Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you. I was hoping, like, it's such an important topic and such a tentative, like, touchy topic for a lot of people that I was really trying to articulate myself correctly. And it's the most, let's say, politically adjacent video that I've ever done. So it's like, oh, did I hate to drop the word misogyny, and I hate to drop the word feminism, and it's just, I don't know, did it land? I hope so far it looks like most people are understanding what I was trying to say. But I'm just a chicken. I'm not always perfect at communication. You have to say the way Jacqueline moves her hands the whole time drives you insane. Every time I hear a comment like that, I just picture myself gesturing and flailing like around the microphone, and none of you can see it. Although I think if there was a camera on me, I would, simmer it down. I think what I'm trying to do with my hands is actually try and evoke emotion that you can't see, but hopefully hear. You're thinking about getting chickens come spring? You should. You got the message? I'm glad. Oh, thank you. I did a good job on the Hectacana video. I'm glad that people are understanding it. It was a tricky topic, but I think it was an important one to highlight for him.
For not showing up and creating all the time. And
I don't know how true it is that she's being punished for not showing up all the time, but what she's saying here is that she feels like the algorithm is getting in the way of her content getting to her followers. When we get into some of the responses, we'll read some of the comments on this TikTok, and we'll look at some of the other TikToks people have made in response. It's very interesting. What her followers have said is that they see her videos, but they just don't want to watch them.
I'll come back to that point in a moment. For Devil May Cry, asking about like why you were confused, why I kept emphasizing. Anytime you hear me clarifying or emphasizing a point in a video, it's because I'm preempting a bunch of ignorant comments that I know are just going to hurt my soul in a certain way. So I'm trying to make it clear so that people can't then turn around and say, oh, but you said this. And I know it's not a great take, but it's trying to make my communication clear enough to the most people that I possibly can. And yeah, I don't know. It's dancing that line with viewers, and I probably shouldn't pander. You're probably right, but I was trying to be clear. The thing is, Jacqueline's still getting something like over 30,000 views on her videos. She's tone deaf and she's overstretched the budget of her previous target audience. That makes a lot of sense. Actually, something that I was thinking of too, that like, if her demographic was originally, when she started years ago, a lot younger and really into makeup, potentially her audience has aged and grown up a bit, and she's still trying to give them the same content that maybe they were interested in as teenagers or young 20-somethings, and now their priorities are different. So how do you be an older influencer while also connecting with a younger audience, or connecting with your existing audience as they grow and change? You're just sitting down to watch the Hectacana. And I was live. I appeared. I don't usually release a video the day I go live. You think his problem isn't necessarily just misogyny, it's also a sense of superiority. I agree with you, yeah. Michelle McDaniel, I don't know this person, reacted to the Jacqueline thing that resonated with you a lot. Interesting. I'll have to check it out. Yeah, communication is complex, Sanjay. And the bigger your audience, the bigger the challenge, 100%. That's right. And that's probably why I over-clarify sometimes, just trying to get people to understand in the best way possible. Don't worry, Vera, you also overemphasize topics. In your case, it's usually over anxiety, so you see it as totally understandable. Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those things, unfortunately. And I think for me, like, I handle negative or quote unquote hater comments really fine. They really don't bother me. What does bother me is willfully ignorant stuff or being pigeonholed into something that I'm not, because so rarely the way my brain operates. And oh, thank you so much, Amanda, for the super chat. Oh, that's so sweet. Why isn't it showing? Oh, there it is. There it is. I'll come back to that thought. Made it back to chat to work to the macarons. Listening to this girl awkward laugh trying to make content is so cringy. It is a bit, yeah. Also, oh, who is JH? Oh, Jacqueline Hill. Never mind. I've got it. It's so out of touch. Kiki Chanel did a great video on it. I'll have to check these out. I'm kind of interested now because she is coming off, yeah, a little old school. Might be the nicest way to say it. But yeah, so when people, like, I've been called woke before, and I understand that to your far, like, oh, I can never remember the ways. It's the far right, isn't it? The non-woke. To somebody way down that end, I absolutely look woke. But to somebody who's way down the opposite end, I look very not woke. And it's because I'm sitting in the middle. And yeah, so I don't want to be labeled like a feminazi or, you know, that kind of thing. And that's what I was trying to put across. It's silly. It's my own hang up. It's just part of it. Unfortunately, being a creator, you have to deal with these things. Happens a lot when YouTubers grow really fast. They start getting that money and they change and get a bloated ego. Yeah. And it sucks when it's somebody you like to watch. It really does.
On TikTok, a view only counts if you watch the video for 5 seconds. So it seems like people see 1 second of it and they're like, nope, and they just keep scrolling. And it's not because the algorithm, I don't think anyway, isn't showing Jacqueline's videos to her followers. It's that the people who followed her are not interested in seeing what she has to say anymore. We'll watch some of Jacqueline's content in a minute and you'll see the kind of stuff that she's making, and I think you'll understand, if you don't already understand, why it is that people aren't really engaging with it anymore. But there is a part of me that just wants to get out my tiny violin. Oh no, is this millionaire creator not making quite as many thousands as she was prior? The only reason she wants to connect with her followers is because she wants good numbers. She doesn't.
I'm going to read between the lines there. I think that wasn't about Jacqueline Hill. I think that was about Rachel. And I think that what she was saying is, you are treating me like a massive creator who has clucked up, and I don't have so many millions. I'm going to feel it in my pocket, and that's concerning.
Want to connect with her followers because she cares about their unique individual lives. She pretends she cares about her followers. She pretends to be the kind of normal girl next door, but actually she is a obscenely rich person, and all she actually cares about is making money. We know this because she has made brand after brand after brand of poor quality products which were just marketed to her followers for her to make money. She is rich because of engagement, and she wants to stay rich, so she wants more engagement. That's what I think anyway. She'll go on to make further points, so let's listen to those.
Sense of I took off, like, I didn't post a TikTok, I think, for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, maybe. Like, sorry, shit, life happens. I've been doing this for 14 years. Maybe I'm a little burnt out. God forbid.
My God, so defensive. Oh, so fucking defensive. I'm a little bit burnt out, God forbid. Girl, you film yourself in your house, eating food, having your husband cook for you, trying on makeup and $1,000 purses, and you're going to try and tell your followers that you're burnt out. I just think it's a bit strange to have the easiest job in the world and be one of the luckiest people in the world, to then sit there and try and tell your followers, who are made up of normal working people who don't have the privilege that you have, that you're burnt out when all you do is put your phone on a shelf and talk, just like Anne Boleyn does. Jacqueline does it in a much more elegant way, but she's still doing the same thing, right? You chuck your phone there, you chat some shit, you make some money. It's crazy easy. A lot of people have said in the comments of this, it's kind of giving when Nikita Noguera, I think that's how you say her name, she's like another beauty TikToker, I'm sure you all know who she is. She said, she made this hilarious video where she's like, try being an influencer for a day. It's really difficult, or it's not easy, or something. I'll put it here.
Try being an influencer for a day. Try it. Because the people who say it's easy are so far out of their mind.
Oh, this is Jacqueline Hill? Wait, is it? Or did I just miss something? As long as she doesn't take crocheting. Amber mentioned she's getting hobbies in her time away. Anyone else think she might be knitting? Go knit. I think about that every time I'm knitting. Not any more defensive than Rachel was in her apology video. Yes, the quote-unquote apology video. I know this person. Oh, this is... No, okay. I was going to say, is this what she looks like with no makeup? Sorry, I missed that. Right. Yes, I was going to say, I know this person. Yeah, right.
Try it for a day.
But it's just so funny. It just gave, like, you don't understand how hard I have it when, girl, like, the fact that you have this job and you make money from this, you are so lucky and you don't realise it. And even people like me who have small YouTube channels are lucky as hell to have any kind of income from doing something like this. So I think just a little bit less of the I'm so burnt out, woe is me chat from, you know, the social media millionaire, I think would probably go down well.
So I'm hearing a couple of things there. I think there might be a little bit of humility coming through where she is missing the income that she was getting and now is appreciating it, but she's also using this as a way to cleanse her own storyline. In this is the way I'm reading it. Sweary Fairy, I can't tell if you're just doing like as in vibes, I've got nothing to say, or if you're saying something sweary and it's blocking it, it's just coming up as dots for me. That wasn't your disposition in the Discord. Uh-huh. Well said, Amanda. It would be interesting to see how many times Rachel mentions money. Yes, I agree.
Come back to TikTok and it's like I'm put in like this TikTok jail where my views are complete shit. No one is seeing, like, it's one thing if my engagement is shit, meaning like maybe my views are high, but my comments are low and the likes are low. It's like, okay, so my audience wasn't feeling the vibes of this video. That's fine. But I'm talking like when you have 1 million followers, but your videos are only getting 30,000 views, this is just not the way it used to be. Like when...
Okay, so I don't know here if she's talking about TikTok or if she's talking about YouTube, and that does matter. If she's talking about YouTube, I went on her channel. There's no videos that have 30,000 views. So I don't think she's talking about YouTube here, but if that is the case, having 1 million followers and 30,000 views, it's the same as someone like Raw Beauty Christie. She has the same thing. 1 million followers, not very many views. It is because the people don't want to watch your content. But even if she's talking about TikTok, I also couldn't find TikToks where she has 30,000 views, so I don't know what she's talking about there. But like I said, I'm sure those followers are seeing the videos, they pass through.
Another factor here as well is if Jacqueline is talking about views in the past, well, in the past, if you remember, we had a certain event happen where everybody was stuck at home and all they had was the internet for interaction. And so views everywhere were up during that time. So is that the period of time that Jacqueline is referencing? Or is she referencing before that? You know, things are different. And plus, you know, economically, generally speaking around the world, things are tough for people. And certain things become seen as a luxury item and are among the first to go in a lot of instances. Or at least, if they still want to be wearing makeup, they're going to buy more budget style makeup. So there are factors going on here. You zone out every time Jaclyn Hill speaks. Yeah. Stop pushing sponsors and junk. Yep. There's a lot of influencers that are like that now, aren't they? That's just like, it's a constant ad all the time. I found that a little bit with Brad Mondo. I watch him a lot. I like his content, but there is a lot more, like, everything goes back to his product, which I get because he's building an empire, but it does get wearying to hear it all the time. Who on God's green earth wants to watch exorbitant wealth while struggling working 2 jobs just to put food on the table? That's it. It's a relatability issue. You don't find it being easy. It is a lot of work. It helps to have learned about editing. Yeah, if you don't, you'll have a harder time. I agree, Star, 100%. Passion is what should drive it, not money. Yep. Jaclyn was also like, I do giveaways of affordable stuff. Okay. So she doesn't give away the good stuff? Is that what you're saying?
Through their page, but they don't watch for the 5 seconds because they're not interested, they're not engaged, because they don't care about how rich and pretty and thin you are. That's not the kind of content they want to see. So either way, it's still kind of because of you. It's not that the algorithm isn't showing your content to people, it's that people aren't watching for long enough for a view to track, or they're not clicking on your videos. And if she is talking about YouTube, a video that gets 30,000 views still makes a good chunk of money. A video with 30,000 views, if it's like 40 minutes long, granted I only really make long content, so I don't know for shorter videos. I kind of do, but that video, at least in my experience, would still make upwards of like £300. So even a video that has like 30,000 views on YouTube is still making a nice chunk, what I think is a nice chunk of money. But for Jaclyn, because she's so rich now and she's so far removed from normal life, she thinks that £300, or probably whatever that is in dollars, 400 and something dollars, is not good views. She calls it absolute shit. The fact that you're in a position where you can make $300 or $400 from just shitting out a YouTube video, you are already so lucky. You don't also need that video to get 400,000 views. You could just be pleased that you get any money from doing this. You know what I mean? I think there's just a sense of entitlement from her in this video, that she feels that because these people clicked follow at one point on TikTok or clicked subscribe at one point on YouTube, she is now owed their view. And that's...
What do we think about that? You think she's trying to seduce her audience with her top? Do you think it's that revealing? I don't know. Is it you, or has Rachel stopped wearing makeup and looking nice? Yeah, she used to do makeup for all of her old videos, but it did stop around the time that things started going down. So yeah, when things started going down is when she started toning it down. That's interesting. Oh, it's kind of plain here. But she did used to do a lot of makeup, for sure. Hello, Greta. Maybe Jaclyn needs to make money to wipe her tears. Indeed. So how is Rachel using her philosophy degree in this reaction? Yeah, look, in all honesty though, Caseworker, I really think that she should pull away from the philosophy stuff. The harder she goes into the philosophy stuff, the harder I'm going to come back at it, because it has been made so evident that she doesn't apply it to her own life that it's almost a joke to talk about it at this point. But to move on to this kind of direction, maybe change her branding a bit, I think it would work for her. I do. She was definitely taking her followers for granted. Yes, and she called them idiots and said that she'd get paid either way. It's a horrible way to treat your viewers. Creeds, you can do makeup. There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube. Maybe Jaclyn Hill has some. Actually, I think Rachel has some, for that matter.
It's just not how it works. She's about to talk here about how it used to be on YouTube, so let's let her say that.
I started, it was so organic. Like, you subscribed to the people that you liked, you opened up those apps, or you got a notification on your phone saying so-and-so just posted a video, you go, you engage with it, and like, it was that simple. Now it's like, I put videos out there and sometimes I just feel like I'm talking to myself. I'm like, where?
I don't think at any point is she talking to herself. If you go on her YouTube, like, fuck it, let's do it. I'm literally going on her YouTube right now, Jaclyn Hill. So we're going on her YouTube channel, going into her videos. Yeah. So her most recent video, she hasn't posted in 5 months, by the way. So she made this video now. She hasn't uploaded anything for her viewers in 5 months. So I don't know how you can expect great engagement when you're not making consistent content. 5 months is a long bloody time to not post a video for when you're literally a YouTuber by occupation. But anyway, her most recent video 5 months ago has 300 and something thousand views. Then the next one has 470, then 500 and something thousand, then 500, or is that 300 and something thousand? She's getting upwards of 300,000 views on every single video. So I actually don't know what she's talking about here.
Where is my audience? And
I hate to say it, but that is a good point. Like, you do need to continually feed all of the algorithms if you want payoff. And it's annoying, but it's part of the job. It is a long stream. I'm glad you're here too, Akiku. Is that right? I usually go for 2 or 3 hours, so yeah. You could use Rachel's discarded Jeffree Star stuff. No problems, care. Gotta be responsible adult. I feel that. I'm not sure. Am I missing someone, John? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm so sorry. She's got money she can afford to take a 5-month vacation. Although, unless she's inflated her lifestyle heavily, because then the bills start being really big too. Close enough, feel free to correct me. I like to get names correct. She doesn't even talk about Amber with such a stink face. No, she doesn't. I was actually watching her watch Jaclyn, and there is venom in the face. It's a lot. If you were one of Jaclyn Hill's diehard followers and she was complaining about feeling like she's talking to herself, you would be so pissed off. Agreed. Yeah, and that there are a lot of bots on all of the platforms for sure. I think Facebook is probably by far the worst. It's like, it's bots and 70+ age groups over there. But yeah, it's tone deaf. It's a rough message. Yeah.
I feel like my audience is really on Instagram stories. Like, my girls are there for me on Instagram stories. Like, I really know who I'm talking to over there, but I miss the days of no.
Sorry, that's because Instagram is full of millennials. I assume she's a millennial. If she wants to be on TikTok, she needs to appeal to the younger demographic. That's who's on TikTok. There's noticeable different vibes on all of the different platforms, and I think it would be ignorant to think that you can just do the same thing across all of them. Rumble has minimal bots. Yes, but Rumble has its own set of issues, if I'm not mistaken. I seem to recall something going on over there. Facebook is actually just ahead of its time. I'm missing out on Minions memes. I see. It would now be a good time to tell you I've never actually seen the Minions movies, like, ever.
Knowing
Don't
who I'm
hate me.
posting my content for.
But I don't know. Did she ever know? Did she ever know who she was posting her content for? On Instagram stories, you can only read, like, I don't know, how many DMs could you read in a day? If you sat there all day replying to DMs, you might get through 500 DMs or something. That's not very many as a percentage of her viewers. That's a tiny, tiny percentage. So 500 or however many people might DM you and reply to your Instagram story. You could make a video on YouTube that 500,000 people are going to watch. So you have no idea who's really watching your content. I don't know. I just don't feel like she really cares that much about her viewers. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
Oh my god, I can't. You couldn't write this stuff, could you? What is this? Oh, you thought you were cool being on Instagram and you feel called out. I'm sorry, pink girly pop. Be a proud millennial if that's what you are. I like Instagram too. You're scared of Minions. Who's got time to reply to 50 comments? Yeah, I don't know. It is, I'll say from experience, it's a horrible feeling when you realize that you can't realistically reply to everybody anymore, and I really wish that I could. It's like, it's totally a first world problem that I'm talking about here, and it's a really good problem, but I like to connect with everybody, and yeah, I have set times of day where I go onto social media or respond to comments. It couldn't possibly be an all day thing. Yeah, this video so far, in my opinion, is designed to try and make Rachel look better. Basically what she's saying is, yes, I was irresponsible with my viewers and I took them for granted and I took the money for granted, and now I am being stung quite badly for that, so I'm going to go and point out somebody that's much worse. And Jaclyn Hill, by the looks of things, is absolutely much worse. From what I'm seeing. I don't know her. You were one of many who unsubscribed from Rachel over the Emily nonsense, yeah. I think she might be jealous, maybe? There's something going on here. Yeah.
I'm just like, how do like these new creators grow at this point? Like, do the new creators out there, do you guys feel like you're connecting with an audience, or do you just feel like you're kind of throwing your videos out into cyberspace and like hoping that it's gonna stick? Like, I don't know. And like my comments, like I'll post a video and within 10 seconds, I'll get like 15 comments and they're all slightly the same. And I'm like, okay, so like these are like bot comments, like these aren't really my followers. Like, I don't care about that. I'm at the point in my life and in my career where like, I only wanna post for my girls. Like, the ones that I've built this relationship and this trust with, but like...
That's so not true though. If you say you only want to post for your girls who you've built a relationship and built trust with, not very many people trust you, Jaclyn. Some of the stuff she's done is crazy, really wild. There's lipstick gate, there's undisclosed sponsorships, there's flicking back and forth every 5 minutes with the products that she's advertising. She started business after business after business to try and make money. She's made the jewelry business, Cozy, which she stole the name for, by the way, from another creator and never fucking apologized for, I don't think. If anyone trusts her, it's not very many people. And if she's happy to only have views from those few people, then her content would get like 100 views, which clearly isn't what she wants, because she's complaining about 30,000 views.
Also, just an observation, and I will say I'm not skilled in the makeup department, I'm not in it, as I've said, but what I do know, I like to follow fashion trends because it's super interesting when you start to get into how fashion reflects what's going on in the world. It's very cool to go back in time and see everything. But side note, but what I will say is that I think when it comes to makeup and selling makeup, you need to be relatable. And Jaclyn's look at the moment, to me, looks very old-fashioned compared to what's going on at the moment in the fashion movements. She looks like she's in the 2000s or 2010s. So how are you going to sell makeup if that's not actually how people want to look anymore? I don't know. That's my feeling as a very, I don't know, makeup ignorant person. Have I made everybody feel old? Oh no. You think you're technically Gen Z or between millennial? Or you're a lot younger than me. Gen X is said to be somewhere between mid 60s and no, not late 80s, early 80s or late 70s. It's a silly thing though, isn't it? She's also wearing a very okay. People have been talking about this jumper that she's wearing. Is it really? How does anyone know how much her jumper is? Is it that expensive? Nutty's Gen X. You're 36, older millennial. I'm older than that. I'm an elder millennial as well. 1998. Yeah, so you're a millennial. A young one though. Speaking from an elder millennial perspective, the younger millennials definitely have a foot in each side. You're 35 and you have a 2-year-old, you feel old. You should not. You are a young lady. $145 for a jumper. I'm taking this jumper in. It literally looks like the cheap rubbish we used to get in the 90s with a print on it. Wow. I can't look. I am all function and frugal. And I really like fashion. I do, but like if I were going to do something, have something that looks really good, I'd be making it myself. But to spend that kind of money on a jumper, one that isn't even like, I mean, because I'm looking at the ribbing around the cuffs, I'm looking at the ribbing around the hem, and it's just, it looks like just a normal fleece jumper. I hate it when we're getting into the fact that a print on something or a label on something makes it worth more. I can't wrap my head around this, because you could make this yourself, right? With a really cheap jumper, make some stencils and then get some fabric paint. It would be a lot cheaper. So she's coming off as all manner of unrelatable, I suppose. And I kind of wonder, is her makeup or her content falling in between either people that can't afford it or people that think it's beneath them? Like, if she needed to go for people that have more money, are there better brands that they would prefer to go for rather than her stuff or rather than her take on something? Your grandma raised you don't fit in anywhere. Creeds, honestly, I don't know. I think fitting in somewhere is overrated. I think, do you? It's fine. You don't need to have a generation. You don't buy brand anything unless it's a cooking brand. I think it is worth being analytical at what money goes into, because although I'm frugal, I'm not cheap, if that makes sense. So it's like some things, buying something a little bit more expensive makes sense, but then there's other things where it absolutely is the same stuff. So, you know, to be discerning in that way matters. She's sort of new money and she wants to appeal to the truly wealthy crowd, and that won't work. Yeah. I'm taking her in and I'm not really sure that it screams high end. I actually don't know what she's putting across, to be honest. How would one define it? It's interesting. Yes, they do say that, KRH writes. I don't subscribe to that. I think I think everything can be done cleverly. You would be surprised. Cooking utensils tend to, yeah, don't buy the cheap cast iron skillet. See, things like that, where you can put a little bit of extra money in and the quality is going to matter. But for the most part with clothing, it's all the same stuff. I actually used to work in clothing manufacture, and a lot of the time the cheap knockoff brands, I'm not talking about, the stuff that's made in slave labor sort of stuff, but like just the knockoff stuff that you might find at Target or whatever. They're made in the same factories a lot of the time as the brand items. It's actually the same stuff. Sometimes it's even the same fabric, but it's just part of the, like, making it, the line of, what am I trying to say, production? So clothing, like, yeah, to a point you're going to get good quality, but then after that point, it's all the same, if that makes sense. She's giving internet celebrity, which you think is a whole new brand of new money. You're probably right, Tiger. Your mum has had the same stand mixers since she and your dad were married over 50 years ago. What brand is it? You agree you're a very clever lower middle class and you think you manage a fairly luxe feeling life. I agree with you, Sata. I'm in the same spot. Yes, very interesting. So she's unrelatable, I think. Yeah, interesting.
You see what I'm saying? It just doesn't really track.
TikTok isn't even showing my stuff to those people. So I'm like, I don't know. It's like these apps control who sees our stuff, and like the audience that we worked hard to build isn't even ours. It's owned by these apps, and we just have to like hope and pray that after posting our content, these apps are going to choose to show our content to our audience who
I don't know. I think the content does get shown, but the people just don't bite. It's like it floats past them, but they don't grab it because they're not actually that interested in it. I think the attitude that she's showing in this TikTok is part of the problem. I think this is why people don't want to watch her, because she does feel entitled to your time, to your view. If you're subscribed to her, she feels that she's owed your view on her video. And I just think that's not a very attractive attitude to have.
Chose to follow us in the first place. I'm just so confused, and I don't see a lot of people having this conversation. This will probably put me in TikTok jail for like the next 6 months. So if you see me, hi, I love you and I miss you, and that's it.
Yeah, see, I find that so strange. Ending that TikTok with saying, I love you and I miss you is an odd move. Like, to me, that's an odd thing to say. I would understand if she said, I miss filming, or I miss reading your comments, or something like that. But she's saying she misses you, her viewer, as an individual. You don't know them. You don't know who they are.
I also wonder if she started her career on YouTube and that's where she built her brand. Are her loyal viewers going from YouTube to TikTok? Because it can be very difficult to get people to swap platforms, and I wonder if by doing that now she's focused all of her attention to TikTok and she hasn't uploaded on YouTube in 5 months. Is she actually turning her back on her loyal viewers? Zoning out. Not a very attractive attitude to have, and you did the chicken butt. It really is. This is coming off not fantastic. Hi Pink Panther, thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. Welcome. So yeah, I really think I really think that Rachel has tried to think of a subject that is going to make her look better. And I think this might be the beginning of what we continue to see, although this hasn't necessarily been received really well either, because you can see the ratio going on here. people aren't thrilled.
Can't miss them, you know? I don't know. So I'm going to dive into some of the comments on this TikTok now. We'll watch some responses from a bunch of people as well, just to get like a flavour of the kind of stuff that other TikTokers have been saying. Okay, so I'm going to go to the comments of this TikTok quickly and just read you like a couple of them. So this person says, for me personally, I still watch your stuff when it comes on my FYP, but things shifted when you started hanging out with Avery, just being honest. Makes me wonder on the daily if you're not who we thought you were. Very interesting comment there. I've opened that comment and this person has added, I don't even want to comment this, but you seem like you're genuinely curious as to why people are feeling like distancing themselves from your content. That's my reason. The lack of relatability doesn't bother me. Typically, overconsumption will get a scroll past and an eye roll, but you as a person who you hang out with is a big deal to me. I think this comment will have different responses depending on how you feel about the creators that you watch. If you watch somebody and then you see that they hang out with somebody whose morals or behavior or whatever don't align with what you believe in, then you don't want to watch that person anymore because you think, well, if they hang out with this other person, then you might think, well, if you hang out with her and she doesn't seem like my kind of person, then I don't like you anymore. I don't know. I could see that depending on what that person.
What do you think? Because I've actually talked to my husband about this in the past. Do you think you need to like the creator as a person in order to enjoy their content? I'm really interested to hear what everybody has to say. You love the emojis? Oh, thank you. You're welcome to join anytime. If you can, make sure you can. That's the important part. You don't think much of anything Rachel does at this point is going to help her case? No, everything is going to be wrong for a little while. Rachel definitely has to have a superiority complex, unlike Hectic, which is debatable either way. Yeah, I think Hecticana is just not thinking things through, more so, and I think he likes to hear himself talk, but Rachel, I think, yeah, absolutely has a... Yeah, that's the best emoji. I agree. I had fun making that. The hypocrisy. So yes, you need to know. Okay, I'm saying yes. Yes, kind of, yeah. Yeah, that's crucial for you. You'd say it's subjective. That's really interesting. So my personal opinion as a viewer, like when I watch content, I think there's a line, but one that comes to mind for me is I watch Emma Kenny, the true crime channel. I feel like she and I, on a personal level, if we were to ever be in real life, would probably clash. But I love how well researched her content is. And so in that context, I feel like the content supersedes whether I like the person or not. But I wonder if in a situation of like beauty or maybe even reaction channels, do you need to actually like them more? It's interesting. I suppose we would all put different weightings on whether we need to really like the person or not. You have to respect them. So that's a really interesting distinction too. Also, thank you. I read between the lines there. I appreciate that. You think the content people should make should reflect the person in some way or represent their personality? For instance, someone who does gaming, you try to make it more about who I am. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, fair enough. You think, no, Sarah, you don't have to like them, but if you do like them, it does feel better and makes you more likely to stay engaged. I think that's valid. You guess as long as they're not annoying or a terrible person. Yeah, so Caden, I tend to agree with that. There's definitely a line and there's definitely points that somebody can do that will make me, like, it overrides the quality of the content. Look at how the girls are received. Candy, better because she's a better person. Yeah. Hey, John, if you don't mind, I really appreciate your input, but if you could stop with the jadeness stuff, that would be very good. Thank you. Even if all the girls do the same thing, their morality seems to play a huge role. Yeah, very, very interesting. Oh no, not the doggies, get the doggies out. Yes, for sure. It is an interesting point though. And I do wonder if in the makeup space, maybe it does need to be a little bit more along the lines of, you know, actually liking the individual.
Person has done. Obviously, if they've done something already awful, then fair enough. But I suppose there is an argument for saying that that's a little bit parasocial. Being like, I'm not going to be friends with you because you're friends with XYZ person is a little bit weird. I think that comment is quite interesting because it shows how some of Jacqueline's viewers feel towards her as a person. They don't like who she's turned into. They feel she's changed. This person says, Jacqueline, I've been here since day one. I've messaged you on IG since like 2012, yet you've never responded to any of them. I love you and always will. That's funny. Surprising that she says she knows who the Instagram girlies are, but she's never responded to that person. Granted, that might not be true. This person says, saying I'm burnt out from posting Sephora hauls and get ready with me's to unemployed people is insane. Yeah, I think that is a big part of the problem.
Yeah, if her audience can't afford the stuff that she's advertising, and if all you see is excess from somebody, that's rough. It's a really hard reality to watch, and that could absolutely be part of it. Yeah, makeup is so connected to our self-expression, so you can see in a way how it would matter who the person is even more. I agree. I'm wondering, unless it's like something like, you know, the special effects makeup, maybe that's a bit different because it's more of an art form. But yeah, it's an interesting topic though.
Before we watch some more TikToks of people giving their responses, because there have been some interesting ones, first I'm going to show you some of the content that Jacqueline was making prior to this. So this is the kind of stuff that she's been posting and then is wondering why her followers aren't responding and aren't enjoying it. I will also just say that when you go on Jacqueline's TikTok, I don't know what she's talking about. Every single one of her videos has over 500,000 views. Many of them have over 1 million views or over 2 million views. So I don't know where she's got this complaint from. Like, it's a little bit strange to me. But this TikTok here, so there's a bunch that are like, I'm rich, I'm famous, making her very difficult to relate to if that is what the problem is. But let's watch this one here where she takes her nieces shopping and says to them, I'm going to buy you anything you want. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way and I don't know why. Let's watch it and then we'll talk about it.
I have my girls here in LA with me. I have a little surprise for you guys, okay? Wait. You have 1 hour.
Actually, yeah, I could use a very brief water in, water out break. We can go get cake. Let's get cake. I'll be right back. cake is a lie. Oh dear. Cake is great. I think that's a solid opinion. I don't have any cake. I just have water.
Buy you anything you want. Are you serious? Anything you want.
Sorry, that just icked me the fuck out. So it starts with a screen of her paying $3,000 for something, and she says, I'm in this mall and you've got 1 hour and I'm going to buy you anything you want. I know this is fake as fuck because when she starts speaking, she goes, you've got 1 hour, and before she even says what she's going to do, the girls are screaming. It's very cringe. I think there's a lot of issues with this video. I don't know. Is it that deep?
You're welcome to shout out your gaming channels, by the way, Nuggets. You know, if anybody who's interested, go right ahead. I don't mind.
You want to take your nieces out, spend money on them, like do whatever the fuck you want, but don't do that and then ask why people aren't relating to your content or might be scrolling past your videos. People who are struggling to pay for their children and they're living in a scary political environment, they're not feeling safe, they don't have enough money for their needs. Seeing a video like this, it just goes through you. I think this video hits a very odd tone. Let's watch more of it. Sorry, I'm terrible.
So Rachel here, I think, is trying to make herself more relatable, as though she understands the, you know, normal man's plight, so to speak. And it would sound really good if we didn't have the context of everything that's gone down in the last month and a half. So it's just, unfortunately now, although the words sound good, all she's doing is making herself seem even more disingenuous. And I don't know if she sticks with it, it'll work, but I don't know.
Terrible for pausing and talking like 2 seconds in.
1 hour. I'm gonna start crying. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure. So much you oh my god. Until I have my own children, I live for these moments. I'm dead.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a bit strange, isn't it? She's so rich, and this is just a drop in the bucket of how much money she's got. And it's just something about it. I don't know. Am I just being a hater? Am I just being... All the comments are like being really nice about it and like enjoying it. Maybe I'm just a massive hater. I don't know. I'm sure it's nice as an auntie to be able to buy your nieces whatever the hell they want. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. We'll watch a bit more of this and then we'll look at some of the other things she's posted, because my god, there is some serious money being spent on her TikTok.
You gotta keep up with us. 3 people has entered the chat. You're not gonna have time to try stuff on though. I already know my size. We're locked in. It's $228. You guys can share it. There, that makes it like 50% off. And that right there is girl math. It's a set. I think this bag is so pretty. Are you styling your outfit? In my head, I'm like, I have it. That bag, the dress, the matching set. And you can put little like...
Look at Rachel's face. She's just holding it there like that. To a lot of people, Rachel would be considered very rich. Just putting that out there. +2. Mm-hmm.
Charms. Yes, I see the vision. Oh, I sure do.
Around here.
Absolutely.
So for 1 hour, they can buy whatever they want. I'm paying for it. So that's why they're panicked in here right now. Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Oh, that was really gross to me, man. Look at her face there. Like, I don't know. Am I just being a hater? Maybe. Not sure. I might get backlash for this. I really don't know. But she's like, I'm paying for it. Whatever she wants for an hour, whatever they want for an hour, I'm paying for it. Big smiles, like, you know, I'm such a generous person. You can kind of see why videos like this would rub people the wrong way. I'm going to close that one. Let's watch another one.
Did she say girl math and I missed it? Oh, nothing gets me worse than that clucking girl math shit. Yes, definitely stay hydrated. Cake and water. Got it.
So this is one of the ones that was like, my god, the craziest. This is Jacqueline deciding what to do with these bags. So she's bought like a couple of bags and she's talking to the camera about whether she should keep, which bag she should keep, and all of this.
Okay, I need your help. I did some online shopping and I bought 2 designer bags. Okay, but here's the problem. They are both leopard print and I could not decide by looking at them on the internet which one I wanted, so I bought both, and you're gonna help me decide which one to keep, which one to return. I don't need more than...
It's strange to me that she's even having this debate. We know that she's absolutely minted, so she could just keep both. She could buy 5 more. In fact, you're about to see in a minute, she's...
Hi, Kitty. Yes, chicken math is indeed the best math. If you know, you know. Is leopard print back in? Okay, so I was around in the late 90s, and I was very into fashion in the late 90s. And if you all remember correctly, Shania Twain rocked that leopard print number and it became very cool. I used to walk around in full print like all the time during that era. Is it still a thing? I'm just wondering if Jacqueline hasn't moved with the times, but I don't know. Who cares though what is in and what is, just do your own thing. Oh, red velvet. Red velvet cake. Another money counter. How do we have a total, Millsy? One more rooster. Actually, I think the boys would appreciate more hens, if anything. You're not a fan of leopard print stuff, but you love leopards. Got it. It's in for some reason. Yes, Shania Twain. Back in the day.
Got another one of these bags. So I don't know, man. And the top comment on this is this is what people are talking about ... And somebody else says, you still don't get it ? This video just displays the issue perfectly. I'll play a bit more of it for you.
One leopard bag for the fall with what I already own, it's excessive. So you're gonna help me pick only one. Okay, I do not know which one to open up first. One is Chloe and one is by Saint Laurent.
I don't know how.
I'm looking at this woman's living room and kitchen there. And based on where the camera is, I think just that space for her might be bigger than my entire house. That's okay, Millsy. You're having a pasta cake. Yes, KRH writes. I love lasagna. Tres leches. Yes. So Rachel has decided this is the important content she is going to react to. Yes, caseworker. I believe it is. And so therefore, I guess it's the important content that I'm reacting to by default.
How much these bags cost, and to be honest, I don't really care to Google, but I think it's a lot. I mean, one of these bags is probably like somebody's rent payment. I don't know. I just think like it's fine, be rich, buy your nice bags, no problem, but don't be surprised when people then don't want to watch your content when they're dealing with a lack of money. I don't have all the answers.
Is this maybe supposed to be comedy? Like satire? Because this is the woman who's saying, I'll wipe my tears with banknotes, saying this about another woman who is, I'm sure, a lot more financially well off than Rachel. Like, but maybe it's comedy. Are we taking it seriously and we're not supposed to? Man, I feel like a woman. Juicy peach. That, Sanjay, is the best use of that emoji I've seen yet. Cassowaries. No creeds. I will not be catching a cassowary. Do you want me to die? Or to unalive, I should say. Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble. Have you ever seen a cassowary like in real life? Because people love to go on about all of the dangerous Australian stuff, but they always leave cassowaries out, and they really shouldn't. You think it's satire? I think it's gotta be, right? It's gotta be.
But I can see why content like this might not be up people's street. This is posted on the same internet, you know, the same apps where we're seeing videos of the war in Ukraine, the situation in Palestine. We're seeing all kinds of stuff, and you could be scrolling and see that sort of thing, and then flick one more video and see Jacqueline unboxing thousands of dollars of bags. I think when Jacqueline started on social media, it was a lot more about, look how affluent I am, look how, sorry if you can hear Molly barking, look how successful I am, this is my brand, I'm rich, etc. Don't worry, I'm not ignoring Molly, she's out there with my girlfriend. But now I think social media in some ways is much more of a tool for social justice and change, and granted, lots of people are in awful echo chambers where they're seeing horrible, hateful stuff. But I think there is good, helpful, informative, useful content on social media. And I think stuff like this just doesn't quite chime with people the way that it did back in 2017, you know? I'm going to drag forward a little bit, but she goes on to like open these bags.
I know that there's a
Oh, jeez. That bag is over $1,000. That's rough. Yeah, so cassowaries, they're huge. And if you've ever been in front of one in real life, they have a way of making it feel like they're staring into your soul. But they're very beautiful. Just evil emus. Yes, the shoe bill. Oh, Creeds, I know what you're talking about. They're adorable. Scary, but adorable. The only thing worse than a cassowary is Kevin.
a really unique way of wearing this, but I forgot what it is. Now we have the Saint Laurent. Oh my God, I just love shopping way too much. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. Fuck.
It's a lovely bag. Is it over $1,000 lovely? Like, does the bag's loveliness decline after a certain numerical value? You finally caught up, Marshmallow. Hello. No problem, Caden. Good night. Thank you so much for coming in. Too small for 1K. Okay, so the dollar amount is fine so long as a certain size is met. What is that size? Let's examine this for science.
She's a clutch.
I think that is hideous. But what do I know? I'm not a millionaire buying fancy fucking Yves Saint Laurent bags. And like, yeah, it looks nice. Like, she's beautiful, cool.
She fits right at home, right in my nook. Hey, just here for dinner. Do you see the vision? Fuck, bitch, I see the vision. Oh no, just wait.
Yeah, like, we see the vision. The vision is that, like, you're rich. Like, yay. It's great for you,
Like, yay. Okay, so Rachel looks really awkward here. And I think consciously she knows what she's saying is complete hypocrisy. And I think we're seeing a little bit of cognitive dissonance going on of her awareness versus what she wants to achieve. It's fascinating.
But I don't know, man. I'm not sure how much this content is giving to the internet and giving to the world. And like, fine, maybe it doesn't need to. I'm not sure. Let's have a look at some of these comments as well. Somebody says we made the wrong people famous. Another one, I believe this might be exactly what everyone's talking about. I'm behind on my car payment and she's literally holding it. I don't know, man. I guess what I'm saying is, like, I can see why people aren't resonating with this content. So Jacqueline does go on to make a response video about this situation, which we'll cover in a second. But first, I want to watch some other people's responses, because there are some people who have said some very insightful things. They've worded it much better than I have. So let's have a quick watch of these now. So this video is by somebody called Green Means Go. Let's see what this person has to say.
Jacqueline Hill's views have gone down and why her content is not seen as being relatable is not because she does luxury hauls all the time, although that doesn't really help in this economic environment, is because she's a registered Republican, she's a Charlie Kirk supporter, and yet, back in her early days, she was on food stamps. So, this is the thing. In this political environment, what we've learned is that there are two types of people in this country now. There are the people that care about others, and there are people that only care about themselves. And her actions and the people she supports show us that she's one of the people who only cares about herself.
Thank you so much for the sub, Fuzzball. Thank you. We're very taken by cassowaries in the chat. So they're like a Canadian goose. Are Canadian geese that big though? I'm just going to honor your tangent just for a moment. Because these things are huge. They're like, I think they might even be like my height, to be honest. They are very big and very aggressive and very scary. Yeah. Cassowaries, welcome. Where am I? There I am. Casual Geographic has a great info video on cassowaries. They're not quite emu sized. They're a little bit smaller, a little bit shorter, but they are still very big. Smaller than ostrich. I'd say emus are like an ostrich. You want to ride one? It would be the ultimate battle steed, for sure, if you could train it.
Very interesting. I don't agree with this dual thinking, saying that there are people who care about others and there are people.
I'm just going to speed her up a bit. Maybe to 1.25?
Who care about themselves. I don't agree with that. I think that it's a spectrum and people move along the spectrum and become worse and worse and worse. But I do think that it is absolutely true. And it does seem that there is a huge correlation between being a Republican, going down this kind of pipeline, this kind of pro-Trump hateful pipeline that does get people to not want to watch your content because it shows that you only care about yourself. The fact that there are people in Gaza who have literally got no home, no food, and you're on the internet spending thousands of dollars on a bag.
She took a political stance. Oh. Okay, we're not going to get into the politics of it. That is a bad call for her to make. And I'm not saying because of the call. Don't read into this. She needs to stay out of politics. This is not a good thing for her.
It is weird. There's actually a very, very interesting article by a philosopher called Peter Singer. I can't remember the exact name of it, but it's something like famine and charitable donations or ethics and famine or something. I'll put it here if I can find it. In that article, Singer basically argues it's absolutely worth a read. It's very, very interesting. But Singer basically argues that it's actually immoral to spend significant amounts of money on luxury items and things that you don't need when you could donate that money to famine relief or charities like Oxfam that use.
Yeah, that's it. I don't like it either. And there's two topics that I don't tolerate on my channel, and it's why I was slightly uncomfortable with how close the Hector Kana video got. It's as close as I will ever get, but I think that politics and religion are two of the most divisive topics that you could possibly talk about. And in a way, the one that she's just brought up is kind of both of them, in a sense. And for somebody who's trying to not make waves and get, followers back, this is a very, very, very bad idea for her. And I cannot believe that she's still making these bad decisions. I thought when I saw this video, it's like, oh, okay, no, she's actually starting to get it. She's going to start to walk the good path. But then there's this. And yeah, it's just, no. This seems more Mean Girl High School with a side of jealousy, but who cares if the girl buys a dozen bags? It's her money. I don't get it. Such a realistic take. I like that. But she's got to talk about something, and she can't talk about Amber because it's weird. So what's she going to talk about? Rachel wasn't thinking about children in Ethiopia when she was getting tea for her own gain from a DV victim, no less. Totally. This is holier than thou stuff. Yep. You agree you don't like talking about either of them? It's very triggering. Yes, Nutty, I'm in the same place. I agree with you. I really don't like it. And I've said this about Rachel before. I do think that Rachel's skill set when it comes to academics and research and imparting that research is actually very strong. And if she were to go more in that direction or more in the authentic direction of Mean Girl, I think either of those would be fine. But yeah, this is rough. Kitty, that's a sensible take. Get out of here with that nonsense. 100%. Who are you bringing logic into this, Kitty?
Use money to help people, and Singer actually argues that it's morally wrong to not do that and that we should all be donating any excess money to charity. People don't read that article and then sell everything they own and give all the money to charity. So clearly there's something intuitive in you that you either ignore it or you don't agree with Singer. But it's very interesting. Those of you who are philosophically, minded or interested, it will be worth a read. Jacqueline's here spending all this money, thousands of dollars on bags.
She brought up philosophy. That word needs to be struck from your vocabulary. We've just had politics and philosophy in one very short segment. Bye, you kid. Sleepy, thank you so much for the sub. Welcome. Need some water. I do too. I thought I had some water and it turns out I do not.
When there are people literally dying. Then again, I've bought bags. I've got a bag right here that I bought from the Doc Martin shop. I wanted it. I bought it. According to Singer, I shouldn't have done that. It was an immoral act to spend money on that when I could have donated that money to famine relief. I don't have the answer, as I've said already in this video, but it's definitely interesting to think about and worth talking about. And I think this person is right. You can see why Jacqueline's content is not what some people want to be seeing at the moment.
That's not relatable. It's not something that we want to support. It comes across just icky. And so we're uninterested in influencers like that anymore. So you can do the luxury hauls. You can do the unattainable lifestyle. There's still an audience for that because it's interesting. A little bit of interesting insight into a life that maybe some of us will never attain. It's not that. It's that you don't stand for anything. You don't fight for anyone. You don't use your platform to advocate for groups of people that are suffering because you don't care, because you're in that category of people, clearly.
Well, I guess what she's saying here is that Jacqueline has a platform and she should be using it to advocate for people. And she says you don't stand for anything. If you look at Jacqueline's content, and you could say the same for my content, although I'm hoping that that's going to change moving forward.
Okay, hang on. That slipped right in as I was pressing pause. Do we think, especially when it comes to a makeup kind of realm, do we think that channel needs to stand for something to be relevant? Or do you think it's morally just, or even what they're supposed to do when there's excess money to actually use that for good? I'm legitimately asking, by the way, this is not rhetorical. I don't know if all channels need to stand for something. I don't know that all channels need to be that serious, but whether or not there's a social responsibility to share the wealth, that could be an argument. Whether or not that's at somebody like Jacqueline's level, I don't know how much money she has, or if are we talking about, like Jeff Bezos kind of level. It's different. It's a very different ballgame. But, and what did she just say? Oh, she doesn't, it's like her channel. Hang on, I'm going back a bit. What did she say?
Stand for anything. You don't fight for anyone. You don't use your platform to advocate for groups of people that are suffering because you don't care, because you're in that category of people, clearly.
Well, I guess what she's saying here is that Jacqueline has a platform and she should be using it to advocate for people. And she says you don't stand for anything. If you look at Jacqueline's content, and you could say the same for my content, although I'm hoping that that's going to change moving forward. Looking at Jacqueline's content, she stands for buying stuff. That's what she stands for. Gonna watch one more response. Let's let this one play now.
Wait. I feel gaslit by myself. She did say kind of like my channel, but I hope that will change soon, right? Did I not go back far enough? Hang on, I'm just looking. Used by acrylic nails, those cost money, no. Oh, nails can be cheap, very, very cheap. Whether hers are or not, I don't know. Don't covet a purse either. You don't covet a purse either. You really don't get behind with the just let it be mentality with this personally. You don't necessarily think so long as there's no flaunting of wealth or clear disillusionment with reality. Interesting. People will give when they want to, or if it benefits them, or if it's something they want. Yes. So Rachel did say that she doesn't stand for anything on her channel, although hopefully that will change soon. So are we to expect a pivot? Maybe she's going to rebrand her channel. Maybe she's going to withdraw from Girl World, although what's left of Girl World at the moment anyway to be part of it. Interesting. That was a bit of a watch this space moment. More money was given to restoration that would be needed to clean all the oceans in the world in just 24 hours. I hate hearing statistics like that. It's so, yeah, there's a lot of very, very disturbing statistics in that kind of vein that it's just, I don't know. I wind up getting very in a state of despair about the world and humanity generally speaking. So I'm gonna let's keep watching Rachel.
Jaclyn Hill with 1.2 million followers is being cut out for being another out of touch influencer.
Sorry, that was to say I do like your comment, Millsy, by the way, in case that wasn't clear.
Specifically because she made this video about not getting her views and engagement that she used to while wearing this sweatshirt. People are saying we're tired of watching influencers rub their wealth in our faces. I'm sick of the bye mentality. Teach me something, educate me. That is what I want. She's also replied to a few comments too, saying, personally, I feel like you guys live in a dystopia. I am wondering how I'm going to financially recover from trying to give my kids a Christmas. Meanwhile, you guys are moving to LA and buying handbags that are more than my mortgage. So I scroll past it now.
That's a very interesting comment from that person. That's got like 20,000 likes. And yeah, I mean, that's what it comes down to an extent. But also that comment about people wanting to be taught something. Yeah, people aren't on social media to see the spectacle of another person's life anymore. We've had however many years, 10 years of seeing people's life on social media as a spectacle. And I think now we're moving more towards trying to learn something on social media rather than just trying to see something interesting. Because we've seen everything now, right? We've all seen everything. So now we want to have more interesting discussions. Let's let this person read Jaclyn's response.
Well, saying moving to LA and buying handbags proves that you see what you want to, because I also do giveaways all the time, link extremely affordable items, dupes, etc. on the daily basis. Someone also said, not her saying, where are my girls? The girls answering and her disagreeing and deleting comments, and she says, I've not deleted one comment, I swear.
Doing giveaways is a way to give back, so at least she does some giveaways, so sure, that is something I would say. This comment here, that's a $130 crew neck.
Out her sweatshirt. Because I was like, there's no way this sweatshirt is
Yeah, I'm with you there, Sata. That on a small level, the amount Jaclyn spends just on her aesthetics could genuinely get you halfway to retirement. She could lose all of her views now and be fine. As somebody that's living a very, very frugal but comfortable life, it really is challenging to see things like that. You know, like when Foodie said that she needs a budget of like $1,000, you know, for her takeout and things like that. I apply it to my lifestyle and think how far that would go. And even, you know, that amount that Rachel gave Beck, I could make that go so far, and hopefully Beck does too. But it's like the contrast of what you're seeing, it hurts people when they are, you know, so far below it with absolutely no ability to reach it. And that then makes you, or Jaclyn in this case, look so unattainable. Why would you want to look at it when all it's doing is reminding you of your state? On a personal note, if you were in a good situation with money, you would probably help out animal shelters. But you think it depends, oops, it scrolled on me. You think it depends on the person because not everyone will do that. Yeah, that's true. And everybody has causes that are close to their heart as well. Hi, Kim. You're reacting to chatters, reacting to a chicken, reacting to Rachel, reacting to an influencer. Yes, what are you doing with your life? I love it, though. Thank you for being here. Sorry, I'm just catching up a bit. YouTube Inception. Yeah, and I think charity is optional altruism at the end of the day. Not everyone does it, unfortunately. Did I say optional altruism? Yeah, so I agree. I think it really comes down to readjusting what people's idea is of having things. Like, why do you need to accumulate so many things? And if you've ever read Fight Club, it's actually a really interesting notion where you look at all of the stuff that you've accumulated, and now all of a sudden you have to look after it, and it might even cost you more because you need to insure it or care for it in some way. And before you know it, all of this accumulated stuff starts to own you. And that's true, because it might hold you back from moving to a certain place, or it might hold you back from leaving a job that you really hate, or there's so many factors that comes to accumulating this stuff. So if we can readjust what everybody's perception on having things is, it means that then the income that they have does not need to go as far, which means that it can go on to more reasonable activities. You don't like influencers that use altruism as content. Fight Club mentioned Rule 1 broken. I apologize. Hi, Bunny. Hello. Fight Club is so good. Yeah. I think it opens up a wider question of separating the art from the artist, so to speak. I think that's a very interesting point, Marshmallow, and one that I've considered a lot, when it comes to people being cancelled. J.K. Rowling comes to mind. Is it okay to still like Harry Potter and things like that? I haven't read his other stuff, Sata. I'll have to keep an eye out. However, with reaction channels, their art is opinions, and it's tough to spend your time watching and enjoy the opinions of people you don't like. I think that's fair. Yeah, comparing it to, because I know you're talking about whether or not you have to like the people you're watching, and perhaps my example of the true crime, it's a bit different because I'm really looking for the good research, so that will trump a lot of other things that can get overlooked. I have to say, I like to watch travel vloggers, and one of the ones that I watch the most is Itchy Boots, if you've come across her. Very big channel. And every now and then, she will make mention of having distributed wealth within the people that she's dealing with, especially if they've really helped her. She does it in a way that is not grandstanding, and it's also done in a way where you kind of get the feeling that that happens a lot, but she never shows it. And I have to admit that I do appreciate that. As an Englishman, can someone else take J.K. Rowling, please? The African American community denies your request? Oh, you don't want her either. She's a problematic individual, isn't she? Way to take... I love how you all can take a very serious conversation, a very deep conversation, and then just absolutely make it hilarious. I love that.
$130. Yes, indeed, this sweatshirt is $135. Are these influencers getting out of touch, or are they still relatable? And are these the people that we still want to watch? Let me know.
Yeah, interesting question. I don't think that they're relatable, but then they kind of never were. I guess it's more just having a sense of respect for the way that they carry themselves. No one's going to be mad at Jacqueline for being rich. It's more just what she does with that people care about, I guess. This person, that's So Yaya, I'll play this video quickly and then we'll look at the response, because Jacqueline responded to this in the comments, and then we'll watch Jacqueline's response video.
The fact that Jacqueline Hill got on here and talked about how people score.
Chookins also don't claim her. Nope. You just really don't want the HBO show? I do have to admit to being conflicted when it comes to things like that, because on the one hand, it's fine to have somebody that you don't want to support, but on the other hand, frequently when there are art forms like this, there are many other people that are involved that are otherwise innocent, and should they be financially or socially penalized for one independent person's, ramblings? You want to say Canadians might take her as we are very welcoming, but we'll say sorry while doing so. Oh, you crack me up. That's hilarious. Dogs are going nuts. Yeah. It's a tricky topic.
Scroll past her content and don't engage with her content anymore, and she just doesn't understand why, right? Okay. And then multiple people got on there who are still following her, commented and were like, I love you, but it's just like you're sitting here buying purses that are worth my entire yearly income, and it's just not relatable. I'll scroll past it, giving her advice like if you just make relatable content again, yada yada. And she's like, bags worth more than your income? I also post dupes and more affordable. We can't afford the dupes. We can't afford the affordable stuff, baby. Have you seen the economy? People are struggling to buy food. You think we're gonna buy the dupes? Like, it's giving out of touch. It's giving like, no, but you don't get it. No, you don't get it.
People are out here wondering how they're going to buy Christmas for their kids, okay? And you're sitting here complaining about how you're feeling left out of TikTok. Babe, you don't need the TikTok income. You will be okay. And the fact that people are literally sitting here trying to give you constructive criticism that might help, and you're responding to every single one with a toot. Like you're the victim. Like we should feel sorry for you. And maybe your content is now catered to other people. And maybe those people just need to find you, because it ain't us.
So that is obviously this person's opinion. And I think the point about people, struggling to pay for Christmas for their kids and all of that is definitely very relevant and accurate. What's interesting is Jacqueline responded to this. She commented on this TikTok. This is what she said. I would never ever want to paint myself as a victim, so I'm sorry if that's how it came across, because that's not how I feel. I was expressing my frustration with TikTok because they don't show followers our content, and that makes it hard for new creators to grow and have jobs here. I understand if you don't like my content and don't want to watch me. The thing is though, she doesn't understand if people don't want to watch her content, because she's out here trying to say that it's the algorithm that's the reason that people aren't watching her. But her viewers are saying in massive groups that it's...
No, I agree, Creed. She doesn't get it. Like, it's really evident over a few videos now that she doesn't... Which woman gives you a headache, John? One of these. But I think, too, that she's put herself into such a situation where everything she does is going to be wrong for a time, because people are still angry at the moment. And I think... Oh, thank you so much, Ozzy, for subscribing. Welcome. And I think that because of that apology, quote-unquote apology video, people also feel like they haven't been understood. So until people are able to reconcile that or move past it, or she addresses it, she is going to go through this phase of just everything she does is stupid. You have Celine Dion but to counterbalance Bieber. Did you hear what's happening to Celine Dion with her? She has a condition where her bones are fusing. It's horrendous. The most horrible sensation.
It's not that they're not seeing the content, it's that they don't engage with it. They don't, do the 5 seconds and leave it playing to get the view, because they're not interested in it anymore, because it doesn't stand for anything. It doesn't mean anything. It's just vapid. It's not trendy to own $5,000 worth of Stanley Cups. People are far more interested in social justice and things like that now. At least I think they are. That's how it seems. And she says here...
Is that what she's going to take a stand for? Social justice? Is Rachel going to turn into a social justice warrior? Can't say that would be a good take. Maybe she should just leave this channel and start a new one and create a whole new following and just, call it Mulligan, start over.
She's expressing her frustration with TikTok because they don't show followers our content, and that makes it so hard for creators to grow and have jobs here. That's not what she cared about. She's not bothered about other creators growing. She's bothered about her views and her money and her bottom line. I'm aware that this video is ridiculously long, but let's watch Jacqueline's response. So this is the TikTok that Jacqueline made when this all happened. It all kicked off. This was her response.
Hi, so I posted a TikTok yesterday, and in this TikTok I was talking about just being a content creator for the last 14 years and how I watched these apps just change, and how I really feel like TikTok specifically like punishes you for not posting, and then like if you don't post a video for a week or two, they put you like in TikTok jail. Like what
does she think algorithms are? How does she think that these companies work? And this is not new. Social media algorithms have been around. I don't think Facebook was really doing them, but since Instagram, definitely YouTube was doing them very early. So I don't understand how she's complaining about that, where it's like, yeah, you can't not post for 2 weeks without feeling it. That's always been the case. They want consistency. That is the number one rule with all of the platforms is, to a point, it doesn't even matter what content you're posting, so long as it's consistent, eventually the numbers will follow you, because that's how it works. Perfect freeze frame. Look at how enthused our main girl is right there. You saw Sam Smith in concert, you cried. You saw Celine in Las Vegas. That must have been an experience. She would just Rachel the new channel too. So doing a Rachel has now become a verb. Jail, you're pronouncing algorithm wrong. It's so true. It's just how it works. This is reminding you about the influencers that were selling pajamas for Christmas, and they were like $80 each. $80. Do you remember a few years ago, I've forgotten what influencer it was now, but they released a Christmas calendar, you know, where you open the doors and there's something inside, but it was all like cheap rubbish, but it was being sold for a really big amount. I can't remember who that was now, but it was a big scandal at the time. It's, yeah, like that. Rachel keep Racheling herself. Oh, nutty. I love it. I love your sense of humor. Hey, Benita. This is alive. Hello. It will be a recorded video very shortly, if that counts.
consider it, and they don't show your content to your audience. And the comment section has taken such a turn, and I'm listening. Like, I've been laying here in bed for the last 30 minutes reading these comments, because when I first posted the video yesterday, the comment section kind of went a different direction, and at first I was like, wait, no, that's not what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not talking about like my content, I'm talking about the app. But now there's like, I think 2,000 comments. And I'm like, okay.
I'm just going to pause for 1 second. She's trying to say here that she's not talking about her content, she's talking about the app. But I think what people are trying to get her to realize is that it's not the app, it is her content. The views are low because people aren't choosing to keep watching the video.
Well, it sounds like it's a bit of both, because she's talking about not posting for a couple of weeks and then being penalized for it. So that is algorithm, not the content. But then if the content is not relatable or not appealing to her demographic, which maybe she doesn't even know who her demographic is, which would be a big point, then that's all going to play in together. Creeds, if something is over $10, you're considering if you need it. Same. Same. Yes, Benita, that actually is a good point. I did release a video and then I went live, so perhaps that was the confusion. But I'm happy you're here too. Usually you miss them getting the family to bed. It's so tricky to find, time slots that work for everybody, and I always feel so bad. I should maybe do 2 streams a week and do one, at night for me compared to this one that's in the day. Maybe, we'll see.
they're scrolling past it, which is happening because they're not interested in you. It's not that they're not seeing it, it's that they don't want to watch it, right? That's what I think anyway.
My ears are open. I'm listening. I'm reading your comments. You guys are saying that, like, you're sick of the influencer era. You're sick of the shit. You're sick of the luxury. And so my question to you guys is, like, what is it that you want to see? Like, I started this 14 years ago when I was literally on food stamps, broke as hell. I had no clue that you could make a dime doing social media. I genuinely started it for the love of it. I just loved beauty. I loved talking beauty. I loved recommendations. I loved teaching.
If that was true, and it was still true now, she would still make videos now, but she hasn't posted a YouTube video or a makeup tutorial in 5 months. So if that was true then, and I very heavily question if she was ever really on food stamps, if I'm honest, but if she was, okay, cool. But it's very clear that that's not why she makes the content now. And she's trying to characterize it as she was complaining about the app and the way that the app.
So we've got a little bit of the mean girl creeping through in this video, but we also have a little bit of the philosopher creeping through, and we also have a little bit of the academic creeping through, and I think we need to pick a lane. These things don't go together. Vera said she would catch a cassowary. Creeds, do not sign checks that I can't cash. Stop it. I'll catch a rooster for you, though. Am I kidding? I don't have to catch them. I just have to pick them up because they're snuggly boys. She'll deny it, but that's the agreement we came up with. Where's the proof, Creeds? Receipts. Oh, you're on a bad sleep schedule. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that is rough. I really hate that. I hope you can get it back. Hopefully I'm not distracting you from actually doing what you need to do.
Gives.
Oh my god, Cass are worried.
Or suggests content to people.
I
But actually,
with you guys.
I think really what she was complaining about was her 30k views. But there is not one TikTok where she has 30k views. So I don't know what she was talking about. We'll let her finish and then we'll read a couple of comments.
Beauty. I just loved the community with other women. Like, I worked at MAC Cosmetics at the time, and I freaking loved my job. I loved it. I still have dreams that I work at MAC. Like, I loved it. I love just, like, talking about beauty products with other people. I love it. Anyways, with that being said, like, the only...
Oh, well, it must be true then, Creeds. Still, though, can we see in real time that journal? Can you read it out and prove to us that it's real?
The reason I'm still here is because of you guys, because of the community. If you're not enjoying what you're seeing, I 100% want to know. I want to shift.
She's here for money. she's here for money. She's not here for the community. She's here because this is her job and she makes money doing this. That's why she's here. Otherwise, she would never have complained about this. The reason she complained about this is because she wasn't getting the views and the engagement that she felt she was owed from her audience, because she has 1 million subscribers and she's not getting, or 1 million followers or whatever, and she's not getting the engagement that she feels she should be getting. That's what the initial complaint was. I feel like she's trying to mischaracterize it here.
Years. 100%. So my ears are open. I would love to hear what you guys want to see from me specifically.
So this comment that was here, this one. Breaking news, older influencer doesn't like trying new things. I think this kind of is pretty much what's going on with Jacqueline. I think she said she started 14 years ago. She's probably still doing things the same way, despite the fact that the technology has moved on quite dramatically. Fashion has moved on quite dramatically, as well as, like, if you think about the economic state of most places, 14 years ago was very different than it is now. So it sounds like she's just not moving with the times. And it's relatively easy to move with the times. Go look at the young influencers, see what they're doing, do that. Rachel is omnipotent. When you're done laughing, you will. The sense of humor among the nuggets is premium quality. Rachel, would you... Rachel would do good to just shush. She keeps stepping in a pile of herself. Oh no. She really does keep making the wrong decisions. And it's very much like the girls of Girl World, right? Where it's like, you have two options here, pick one, and reliably, it's always the worst one.
That's the only point in this for me, you know?
So I'm going to have a look at the comments and see what people have said. What do they want to see from her? I know that TikTok comments can be a bit of a cesspit sometimes, at least it seems that way, but a lot of these have a lot of likes, so clearly people are agreeing, right? This person says, Alex Earle is a millionaire but somehow remains relatable because she's never done a luxury haul or flaunted her wealth, just saying. This person says, the only truly rich person I want to watch is Becca Bloom because despite her tax bracket, she is humble. I haven't seen either of those people's content, so I don't know what to say about that. I will say that a lot of these comments don't actually tell Jacqueline what they actually want to see. A lot of them say, we don't want to see this, we don't want to see that, or I really like this person, I really like that person. But they're not really telling Jacqueline what they want to see from her. And I think that's quite...
So if I'm thinking back to 14 years ago, the thing that really pops out to me it was like the Kardashian heyday, right? It was the golden era of all of that nonsense. And to flaunt wealth, or at least appear to be flaunting wealth, was what was actively cool at that time. And it kind of seems like Jacqueline Hill started there and was like, this is really cool, let's keep this going. But now, after all of the events of like 2020 and then, you know, subsequent issues after that, the state of things has just changed so much. And now what is cool is not what Jacqueline's bringing. Becca Bloom is an absolute joke. Her humility is perfectly curated. That is an art form. Interesting. Funny Nuggets would be an awesome Mary Jane brand. If you know what I mean. I think we all know what you mean. I'm like here talking to a bunch of people where that's legalized in their country, and I'm in Australia here like, well, no, we can't say those things. No problem, Meta. Oh, lasagna. Enjoy. So many people having lasagna. You don't care what she spends her money on. And you don't expect all other channels to stand for something that's not realistic. I think lightness can also be a factor for sure. So I do think though that overall she's coming off a little unrelatable, which is probably problematic for her brand, especially if she started relatable. I don't know. When Hannah Alonso made a pro Becca Bloom vid, you cried. Oh no. I don't know any of these people. I'm like reading names and I don't have enough time in my life.
Quite a specific question, because what each person wants to see from you as a creator is going to be different. So I think the best way, I would argue, to make content in that kind of situation is be yourself, make what you want to make, say what you have to say, and you can still brand yourself, you can still have your content be consistent and look a certain way or whatever. But when you do what Jacqueline does, where you literally make videos about yourself,
be authentic, be true to yourself. As I'm looking at the woman that's on the screen at the moment, I actually agree. I think people for the most part can really pick up on when somebody is being authentic or not. And I think most people will agree when they're a public figure, you know, putting a personality forward, that they're going to say it is part of them, but it might be just like a portion, right? Because they have a wider, you know, personality outside of the content they're creating. But for Rachel to sit here and say, be authentic with yourself, I think she's trying to sell us that she is the authentic philosopher. And that's just not gonna sit quite right with people. I love the chat. We've like gone from cassowaries to lasagna, and now we're obsessed with lasagna. I am here for it, personally. Her earlier comment about not being specific is silly. Her audience isn't responsible for telling her what her job is. I agree. And I think if you're going to be a creator, there should be a certain amount of research that you do at intervals. You know, you should constantly be analyzing your content and going, oh, does this work? Does this work? You know, I'll try this, I'll try that. See what I enjoy, see what my audience enjoys, and you know, formulate something from there. But to just sit there for 14 years doing the same thing, of course it's going to fall out of date, and it's on her to do her own. The research would be super easy. We could all do it right now. Let's like go see what's cool on TikTok with beauty at the moment, and it would be really easy to come up with a plan for her. Fun fact, cassowaries can't make lasagna. Do you have proof, Millsy? You know, you guys are throwing out a lot of things in the chat right now. I'm just going to say that there's not a lot of receipts coming forward. And you know, this is a fact-based channel. I want some verification. No meat lasagna for me either. Seamsies. You don't know Becca Bloom, but you find usually Hannah Alonso to be objective. Okay. And good critical thinking. I haven't watched this channel. Now I want to go check it out. You assume Becca is someone controversial? Yeah, I don't know. Promise to catch a cassowary. Yeah. Dying over here. You're all nuts and amazing. It is such a fun time. Do you know, I look forward to these lives all week, and I plan them out, and I look all week for things that we can talk about. And I know that we always like wind up just chatting anyway, and it's really fun, but these are a highlight of my week, and it's all because of you guys. It's just so much fun. You're back. Hello, little croissant. Vera, they don't have ovens. Give a cassowary an oven, then we'll find out. I don't know if we want to give cassowaries electricity. That seems like a dangerous idea to me. Have you all seen Jurassic Park?
And your life, you're not talking about somebody else, you're not making commentary like I'm making commentary right now. So the content arguably is not about me, it's about what I'm talking about, and then I give my opinion on it based on my life and my experiences, my views or whatever. But for Jacqueline, the content is about her, so the best thing she can do is show who she really is. The problem is that if who she really is just a nasty, spoiled, rich girl who doesn't care about anybody else and is not...
Madam! The what? No! Oh my gosh, I can't believe she just said that about somebody else. You wouldn't mess with a cassowary, they're like modern dinosaurs. And they think they're velociraptors, they so do. They're pretty smart too, just to add to that. The highlight of your week. Oh, thank you, Marshmallow. Yep, raptors fully found the kitchen and we saw what happened. You all need to learn from that.
Caring person, then that will show in the content. I think all that being said, it will be very interesting to see what Jacqueline keeps making as time goes on. Like I literally just said, I do think she'll keep making the same stuff that she's always made. I don't think she's going to change very much. Having said that, she has posted one final TikTok since this all happened, and it's this one here. So this is the TikTok here. It's her dyeing her eyebrows. We'll watch it together in a second, but the reason it's interesting is because she's clearly taking the advice that people have given, she's trying to make more relatable content, and she makes this video of her tinting her eyebrows. She does it at home using a cheap drugstore tinting product. We all know she's got beauty therapists and people she goes to. She probably has her eyebrows microbladed. She gets, she goes and gets treatments and services. There's no way that she's doing any of this stuff at home on herself. She would usually pay a professional.
Sorry, I'm pausing for the important comments here. Millsy, I have the same issue. And by the way, have you ever read the books, the Jurassic Park books? This is such a tangent. Like, replay nuggets are going to be what is going on? What the cluck are these people talking about? Velociraptors were actually small. So that means my chickens are actually velociraptors. Cassowaries are Deinonychus, I think. I'm not a nerd, you're a nerd. Absolutely, the Hollywood Raptors are not true to real life. Your older son was a dinosaur fanatic. I was a dinosaur fanatic. Although I will say my dad took me to see Jurassic Park when I was 7, and I may or may not have had dinosaur nightmares for some time, like years after that. You wonder if cassowaries have their own Gordon Ramsay. Creed says, sorry, replay nuggets. This is what you get. I mean, honestly, if replay nuggets are watching, what are we, like 2 hours, 47 minutes in, I'm impressed, and you deserve to hear the dinosaur talk. That's what I have to say. Yeah, Deinonychus, right? I'm pretty sure that was actually what raptors were representing. It was actually, okay, who called me a witch earlier? Because maybe this. So I actually was dreaming that the T-Rexes were coming, and I was actually up in a really high platform like what was in the second movie, but the second movie hadn't come out yet, and I was standing up there with my dad watching just the trees move all down like underneath, and I was out of the way, but I had to be up high. Read into that as you will. There's definitely something there, but for real. When you were a kid and you learned about water dinosaurs, you didn't want to bathe for weeks. Oh, I understand that. I understand that completely. Yay to conquering your fears and now caring for dinosaurs. I am. Relatable Vera streams are indeed enjoyable. Yeah, they are. I have a lot of fun. You talk dinosaurs until the ceratopsids came home. Hi, Fashion, you did. You caught a live. But we're at the nonsense stage of the live. You know what I'm talking about, so enjoy. You could speak bugs all day. Moths are amazing. I really like bugs too. I really like the, I don't know what they're called. They're like little roly beetles. They curl up into a little ball. They're so cute. Ah, the anticipation. You could read a lot into that. Good stuff. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna put this here. I think my mother may have been the dinosaurs in my dream. Yeah, just gonna drop that there. Your son loved dinosaurs and old Godzilla movies too. Cool. Oh, The Land Before Time. Oh, that was my favorite movie for so long as a kid. It's so sad though. Raptors in a chokin outfit would be super cute as a plushie. You all keep giving me plushie ideas. Are you trying to like incept an idea? Pillbugs? I feel like we call them something different. But yeah, roly-polies. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. They're so cute. Woodlouse. Yeah. You live super close to the La Brea tar pits, which is where many Los Angeles dinosaurs went to die. The slightly creepy part is the poses. Oh, sorry, I'm way behind. I cannot. Yes, I love spiders too, Amanda. My favorites, I have favorite spiders. My favorite spider by far are jumping spiders because I'm convinced that they have a level of intelligence that other spiders don't have. They're different somehow and they look you in the eye and I find that amazing. My second favorite spider is a huntsman. Do you want to finish the last couple of minutes of this Rachel video, or do you all just want to talk about the random interests that you all have? I'm open either way. Just tell me what you want and I will facilitate. got some of that. Nope, I can't read German. I like to think I can, I can't. You bred them for a while. Amanda, were you talking in my comment section on my Eugenia video? Because somebody in my comment section was breeding them. And I don't know if it was you. But somebody was. How do you know which eye they're looking? I don't know. You just know. They're just looking you in the eye. It's so evident because they tilt their little faces up. And yeah. It's Dutch? Oh. Oh, I'm embarrassing myself. Shall I just be quiet and just let you guys talk? The peacock jumping spiders, yes. We get a very, very itty bitty golden looking jumping spider. They're very cute. Might as well finish. I think we should. There's not much left. Yeah. Yeah, no, I've had in-depth conversations. It's a semi-regular thing that comes up, surprisingly, on my channel. Have I heard of the ogre-faced spider? I have not. Please allow me. One moment. Ogre-faced spider. A group of nocturnal spiders. Hang on. I'm about to show spider pictures. Any arachnophobes who really can't handle it, leave now. I will tell you when to come back. Wow, look at their big eyes. Oh, it looks so, that's so cute. Yeah, no, I can see the cute for sure. Interesting. It looks like they cast a little net. Is that how they catch their prey? That's so cute. Okay, I'm taking spiders off the screens. Arachnophobes, you can look. I used to be an arachnophobe, by the way. It wasn't until I got into the country where I realized that they are just everywhere. Like, I mean, everywhere. And I would be sitting rocking in a corner if I didn't face that fear. So I started to face it, and it was jumping spiders that got me past it initially. And now I have love for all manner of spiders. We do have some redbacks though that I'm not super keen on, but if you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. It's fine. Okay, let's get this done. We have like, oh, we have 6 minutes left. I'm going to speed her up a bit. Just a bit. Scooch. Okay.
But I do think this is kind of where Jacqueline can't really win. If she now tries to make the kind of content people are asking for, will she then not feel like she's...
Okay, I think that is your German is wonderful. I think.
Really being herself. I don't know. I suppose as we're here, let's watch this eyebrow tinting video together and see if it's giving, I don't know, the real Jacqueline. I'm not really sure.
Let's dye my eyebrows together. I've actually never done this, so I have no idea what the hell I'm doing, but let's just hope for the best. I just really miss how dark my eyebrows.
So the fact that she's never done this before suggests that she's only now doing it for the content.
Thank you so much for subscribing, Sight for Psoriasis.
Right, if she had done this before, what has she been doing up until now? I don't know. Maybe she hasn't been tinting her eyebrows, I have no idea. The top comment is, it's giving, let me pretend to do something affordable for the poor people. It's silly, but yeah. Oh, the comment underneath that, registered Republican, by the way. Is she really? How do you guys know when somebody's registered?
We do have funnel webs. But the thing is, people go on about, you know, the stuff that can kill you in Australia, but when it comes to funnel webs, it's very easy. Don't stick your finger in the hole that has cobwebbing all around it. You'll be fine, right?
There's a certain like political view. Do we register in the UK? I don't know. I don't think so. But if she is a registered Republican, then yeah, it's very difficult to know that about her and then not side eye her and be like, okay, so what are your views? Do you actually just not care about people? Do you just want to stay rich? I don't know, man. I really try not to be like, you are this political view, therefore you are inherently a bad person. But with how awful the whole MAGA thing has been and Donald Trump as a person and the just absolute immorality of that whole movement, I think it's very difficult to say anything nice about anyone who
Sight for Psoriasis, you and I are going to be fast friends because I love what you just wrote. And I think this is going to be my new favorite word. So they said, as someone who is British, though I identify as Welsh, and they are different, guys. I would like to apologize for this twant. That is my new favorite word. And it's fine. You don't have to claim her. Hi, Greta. We're still here. Oh, I caught Espanol. That's all I know. I don't speak Spanish. I would love to, though. Yes. Twant is that's a wonderful word. And I believe it should be YouTube safe, which is just delightful. I love it.
Who is registered as a Republican, because that is just a hateful administration. So yeah, I don't know if that's true and she is a registered Republican, then yeah, I think that is concerning to say the least. Anyway, let's watch her do her eyebrows.
Like 5 years ago, my eyebrows were like borderline black. They were so naturally dark and thick, and now I'm like, hello, what are we doing? Also, that is a hive because, you know, anxiety life, not a hickey. So with that being said, I'm gonna dye my eyebrows red. I actually want to change my hair. I'm thinking about just dyeing it black in the next couple of weeks. But before that, I'm like, let me see what happens if I dye my eyebrows a light brown red. I watched a couple videos on this and I'm like, I got this shit. Okay, I'm just...
Oh, yeah. Site, it's been just one thing after another where it's just like this whole video has been like this. Rachel will never learn, will she? My pappy always used to say some people live and learn and some people just keep on living. Yep. Oh, you have two snakes called Sid Vicious and Harley. What awesome names for snakes. Yes, what species are they? I agree. There's a whole conversation in Spanish going on. I'm picking up the odd word here and there, and that's all I've got. They could be saying some really, really rude things, my nuggets. I mean... Come on, Creeds. You're better than that.
Yeah, she's really trying to be relatable, isn't she? I don't know, man. I like the red hair on her, by the way. Like, she looks great. She looks cool. She looks fine. I'm gonna skip through a bit because, like, whatever.
From Wet n Wild? Okay, I got it. Like, now I understand. Like,
not the Wet n Wild spoolie. You know, she's got, like, a stack of Anastasia Beverly Hills spoolies, but she can't say that because that's an expensive brand. So she's like, a Wet n Wild spoolie.
The Aquaphor is actually quite helpful. Oh god, I'm scared. I'm kind of getting it everywhere. How long do you let this shit sit on for? 5 minutes. Okay. It's been 2 minutes and literally nothing is happening at all. So I'm like gonna put a lot more. Like, and
it's really funny because she's got this wrist, that bracelet, that's a Cartier bracelet. I think that's like a $5,000 bracelet. I mean, cool. Like, you're rich, own nice stuff, fine. But it's just funny, isn't it? Like, I'm using a Wet n Wild spoolie and I'm dyeing my eyebrows at home, but I am a millionaire with a wrist that is more than 3 months' rent. I don't know. You can kind of see the problem, can't you?
We're in our relatable era. No rude words. It's all clean. Good. I think YouTube does censor all languages, I believe. I'm pretty sure. You can... KRH writes, they are, I can kind of read Spanish, so many swears. Where's Sweary Fairy? We need them back. When I used to live in the city, which sounds really weird for the city, I know, compared to the country, but we had in our backyard a carpet python living there, and it was the most amazing thing. It was so beautiful and so friendly, like really chill.
Let's go to the end and see how the eyebrows came out.
I push my brows like all the way down so you can see. Okay, so like the front, my skin is slightly stained. It's literally wiping off with micellar water. I love them. Oh my god. Wait, I think I want to do more. Maybe I just stop here for tonight.
Okay, I don't know. They look kind of the same. I'm not sure. Am I wrong? Anyway, who cares? Jacqueline's eyebrows are different now. Amazing. One final thing I will say as well is that one video that Jacqueline posted recently, well, it was 6 months ago. It was this video I tried to gel people on for 3 months. And she says in this video that she doesn't want to wear a tank top because she doesn't want to have her arms out. And at the end of the video, she films in a tank top and it's like, guys, I'm finally able to wear a tank top. And it was crazy.
Okay, so what did I say in the beginning of this video? In the very beginning, I said my goal was what?
I just want to wear a tank top again.
To be in a tank top? I am so shocked right now. I just can't stop looking at myself. I'm shaking, actually. Like, I'm actually shaking standing here in this. I just can't stop looking at...
I don't love this message. Just because of what it's saying to everybody else. It's like, it's a tank top. There's no rules on when you can and can't wear tank tops. And I understand that, you know, body image and body dysmorphia absolutely plays a part in that. But to be such a public figure and broadcast that, it's like, I can't wear tank tops until I lose weight, and promoting that is so harmful to the people that she has following her. It's actually kind of something that I respect about glitter and lasers because, like, in all honesty, I'm the same. I grew up in the 90s. I have all of the trauma from all of that rubbish, plus my family, plus a healthy dose of body dysmorphia. And I would not wear half, even though I'm much, much, much smaller than glitter and lasers. I would not wear half the stuff that she wears. I wouldn't have the confidence to. And I should be able to have the confidence to. So I kind of like that she does that. It's just a shame that now YouTube is seeing it as promoting that lifestyle. Unfortunately. Oh, we're talking about breeding snakes. None of you care about the Rachel video. I love it. You have ball pythons? When you say a king, is that like a king cobra or like is it a different kind of snake? I'm mostly only familiar with Australian snakes. Are the cats interested in the snakes in the aquariums? It's interesting. Yeah, you can wear a tank top at 600 pounds if you want to. There's really not rules. It's what the individual is comfortable with. And in the video that she showed where this woman was saying that she couldn't wear a tank top, there was clearly nothing wrong with her. Like, it's fine. Rachel sucks. Oh dear. You agree, especially when this unhealthy mindset is coming back around in society again. I agree. Also, hello. Any other men who watch Girl World videos experience slight moment of panic when reactor videos have... Yeah. It's a king snake? Oh! They eat themselves? I am unfamiliar with this. That sounds fascinating. I will be delving into a hyperfixation when this stream ends. Yes. ANTM. I used to love America's Next Top Model and, you know, Australia's Next Top Model, the derivatives that came from it. I didn't realize until I watched those as an adult how horrendous those are. And it's just... It's horrifying, the messages that are being put out there. It's just fabric, it is. People's insecurities about clothing are their fears that the outside world has imposed on them. That's so well said, Fashion. So well said. Oh, I'm glad you caught it too, nice to see you here. Yes, yes. Amanda, Britney Spears was called, I guess overweight would be the word, and she was fine. Like, never mind that she was going through some stuff at the time, but looking back at it now, it's the VMA performance, is it, in 2007, I believe. She was fine. She even still had muscle definition. There was nothing wrong with her. And Jessica Simpson got it as well, and it's just horrendous. That's how you feel now with super size versus super skinny. Yep, that's a rough show as well. That did not age well. But this was the rhetoric that we were getting as young people, and how do you even begin to combat that? I actually saw a short that came up, and it was about a woman who, I think she was kind of running a fitness channel thing. She injured herself, and she's a millennial. She injured herself and said that she wasn't going to be able to run for a few months. And she said that her first thought was, oh no, I'm going to put on weight. And then she stopped herself and she's like, why was that my first thought? And she's right, that programming can be so insidious. No problems, Nutty. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's Freddie. He's saying hello. That's Axel. He's also saying hello. It's amazing. We're all so well adjusted. You kind of liked Super Size versus Super Skinny, the pilot episode and the first season. It was just, it had some problematic messaging in it. Yeah. The food tube, I think, is also kind of problematic. Adjusted, yeah. Adjusted in quotations.
The fact that like I'm in a tank top and I'm not like I don't feel disgusting. Like I don't feel the way I used to feel in a tank top. Like damn.
The response in the comments was absolutely justified. People were like, what the hell are you talking about? And these top comments here, I really hope this video never reaches young girls or teenagers. I would kindly and respectfully see a therapist that specializes in word I can't say and body dysmorphia.
You know what? Here's the thing. I did grow up with all of this, and I still, although I'm much more on top of it these days, I do still struggle with body image, just to a far lesser degree than I have. It's still a work in progress. But I am currently, like, don't get me wrong, no any other girls, but I'm currently at a weight that my teenage self would have been horrified with, and I know that. And it's not so, like, I'm fit and I'm strong, and it's not so severe that I can still go into a shop and know that I'll be able to buy something. It's fine, but I'll be at the upper end, right? But I completely lost my train of thought. My boys distracted me. What was I talking about? Fully forgot. Lost my train of thought fully. No problem, kitty. Oh, Mercurio, thank you so much. You didn't need to do that. I appreciate you. Thank you. Now instead of that, we have total opposite with people of TikTok like J-Bay asking for free seats on planes. And they're the ones saying you should not trust doctors. Yeah, 100%. Girl, last stream you sprinted out to the rooster section. Oh yeah, I can run. I can. Oh yes, I remember. So something that I focus on is my body is capable. It can do everything that I require it to do, which is sometimes quite a lot of work. And the way I see my weight now, and I think it's important, especially when you're talking about pregnancy and things like that, is my body is an accumulation of everything that I've had to go through. And that is scars, that is weight, that is just everything. And this is because of what I've needed to go through, because I chose to cope in the way that I did. This is now just what my body looks like. And to a degree, I am proud of this body because this body has gotten me through all of that. And if it's come out the other side not looking quite, runway ready, all, 5'2" of me, then that's okay. It's fine. I've been through some stuff, and it doesn't need to be trauma, and it doesn't need to be, coping with food or anything like that. But something like pregnancy should not be seen as, oh, I hope I don't gain weight, because you're actually spawning something very important. And if your body comes out a bit different on the other side of that, that's fine. That was my thought. Dress sizes are approximations. That's why I'm not telling you what size I am, because I don't clucking know what size I am. Not Amber's size, I guess. Not Eugenia. The Amber Strongman arc is a little frustrating. Oh, do you mean, Glitter, Anna? But it's great to know that my body is strong and also, thick through the middle. Yeah. I love you talking about your body like a classic car. Okay, it is, in a way, Marshmallow. It's a classic. Spawning. I know how to tell you that I don't have kids without telling you that I don't have kids. Maybe that was just your own interpretation, but it sounds like your husband talking about his classic car. And it's true though. Like, I mean, I'm sure that we all have scars on us, from maybe an ill-spent youth or an accident or whatever. And you don't look at those necessarily and go, oh, how horrible. So I kind of view weight now in the same way. And if the body is strong and it's fit enough to do what you need it to do, I don't know how much emphasis should be put on what size clothing I fit into. I don't know. There's something there. It's an unfinished thought because I'm still dealing with it myself. But one thing that I really don't want is I see my husband's grandmother is in her 80s, and she is a very capable woman. But given the time that she grew up and everything, she went through it as well, because the 60s were not any better than the 90s. And she is still in her 80s caught up in this body dysmorphia stuff, like deep in it. And I'm just looking at her and I think there is no way I'm going to allow myself at 80 to still be caught up in this rubbish. 40 years is too long. I'm not going to spend 80 years doing it. And I just think it's such a shame to have not been able to let it go when there's so much more important stuff that goes on in life. So yeah, that's my little rant. Let's finish this video. Nuggets, you were distracting.
Yeah, that was genuinely the most out of touch video I've ever watched in my life. And I think that is one of the problems. Jacqueline is not a normal person in the sense that she's not in touch with what people are currently feeling at the moment. She's a rich individual. She's invested in designer brands and being trendy and losing weight and, thin is in. So she wants to be thin, right? Being on a GLP-1 is cool and trendy at the moment. So she wants to be on a GLP-1. It's not for health reasons.
Oh yeah, Rosalie, I have something on that too. And I totally agree with you that you wish more people would comment on how bullying overweight people can cause restricting. And just speaking from personal experience, so a lot of my body issues were instilled in me by my family, and I'm talking like extended family, aunts and things like that, and also my mother. They are all of a taller European build. I clearly take after a more I'm guessing it's probably a Maori influence. Not to say that Maoris can't be sleek and exiguous either, but the section of my family that is influenced by that particular gene pool is not sleek and exiguous. And they're comparing me to their body shape, and I clearly have different genetics. It's so clear, so clear. And they spent all that time telling me that I needed to lose weight, even though at the time I was a size 8 and I was only 50 kilos. That's not okay. I just didn't look the same shape as them. Sorry, I've missed a lot of comments now. And so that spawned my Eugenia end condition. And then when I learned that my entire life was a lie, which is in the first Gypsy Rose video that I put out, my bit of my story, that's where I kind of went way in the other direction and swung at the opposite end of the condition. You have 2 healthy sons and you have scars. Scars are okay, folks. We all have them inside and out. I love that metal. So she 4 pregnancies, goodness, plus marital stress, plus raising a disabled child, shifted your body from the ideal type, and it's okay. Yeah, 100%. Not a saint, just stubborn to a fault. You will keep walking this path. Greta, I'm saying that I think that's where the genetics of my body shape has come from, and I'm not saying that all Maoris are that shape, but the ones in my family do tend to be a little shorter and a little more stout, which is what I have, comparing it to the European build of the rest of my family. So please don't take that as an insult. I'm talking about my family's genetics specifically. I look like, basically what I'm saying is I look like my grandmother and my aunts on my father's side. Kept hearing Maori. New Zealand native. I have a very mixed genetic pool. Very confusing genetic mix.
She didn't try a calorie deficit. She just tried like Instagram diets and stuff like that. I don't feel that in this video she was conscientious with her platform, because she literally outright suggested that if you don't have slim arms, you shouldn't wear a tank top. And it's stuff like that which I just don't think is going to align with her viewers, because most people who watch her aren't going to have perfectly slimmed out arms. So they'll watch that and then think, well, should I not wear a tank top either? And I know that's just one example, but I do think that Jacqueline has really, really lost touch generally with her audience, but also just with being normal. Well, that is my very thorough deep dive and thoughts about the current Jacqueline Hill TikTok drama. It will be fascinating to see what she makes moving forward, and if this whole situation gets brushed under the rug and ignored, or if it becomes a catalyst for real change for Jacqueline. If she's the kind of person who likes buying luxury bags and makeup and that's what she cares about, then keep making that content and it will find the people who like it, and that's fine. There's nothing inherently.
Yes, and I'm aware that I'm also not pronouncing it properly. I cannot do the cool little roll that comes with it. My tongue does not do that. What's so short for? She's got little legs. Okay, so that was Rachel's very relatable take on a billionaire, or billionaire, whatever. Rachel is being such a Rachel while Racheling all over the place. Yes. So, yeah. I'm hoping I didn't offend Greta. I'm very anxious now. See, I'm socially anxious too. Super fun. So I think that is all I have for today. It's been so much fun, as always. At the moment, I did announce that I have a surprise coming up planned for when I hit 10K. At the moment, and this is such a first world problem, at the moment this number is creeping up surprisingly quickly and I need more time. And I'm not complaining. I love you all for coming in. It's absolutely amazing. But the special live stream might be shortly after the 10K. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, Fashion, you gave your 3D VTubing a try. How did it go? And also, everybody, if you want to put your gaming channels in, go right ahead. If people are into watching that, I don't mind if you self-promote. I am supportive. But yeah, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, more videos coming out very soon. More members only content coming out very next, unless there is some sort of breaking news like Eugenia makes a return back to the internet or something like that. Oh, it's going to be a commentary deep dive on one particular 14-year-old scam. That sounds really interesting, Fashion. I might have to check that out. Yes, that's awesome. Your now grown sons still respect their mama. You give them respect too. What a novel concept. You make fashion patterns in 3D anyway. Oh, cool. That is very cool. I do it the old-fashioned way. Like, you know, paper just drafting on a table. No, software or anything like that. No hints. No, it's a surprise. I want it to be a surprise. It is a multi-layered surprise, actually. Some people will really like one aspect because I'm doing it with certain people in mind. Other people will like the other aspect. You're on Instagram if you all ever want pics or vids. Love it. Love it. Oh, in your channel description, all of your babies are on there. Oh, I love it. Don't forget creeds. You could put them on my community tab as well if you want to share with everybody. Yeah, I'll be checking it out as well, Fashion. Pepino Farms. You're a green alien, but you made a character and using a 3D wireframe to capture your movement. That's awesome. So you're like doing video capture where you're recording yourself on a webcam or something, and then it translates to the 3D. I think there's a few you can use. I looked into doing the 2D like rig for my little Vera, but I probably will upgrade. This is just a PNG style at the moment, but it was fun to make. Okay, everybody, I am going to head off and go cuddle some chickens. But thank you, everybody who's been here, popped in, who's been lurking, because I can see there's a lot. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody, whether you're communicating with me or not. It's just wonderful. Thank you. But that is all the clucks I have left to give. Stay golden, my little nuggets, and I'll catch you next time.